This is not a misclick, although I appreciate the concern that you're showing there. This is reality. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, morning, afternoon. Where are we now? I'm not quite sure where we are now. Allow me to explain the point of this stream. Most of my streams are incredibly high energy. Like, I talk a lot, I react a lot. You can hear it in my voice right now. This is what happens when I'm streaming literally all of Saturday. You can hear that my voice is strained. It's wrecked. That's why I've got a cup of tea with me right now. This voice is one that has been struggling for the last couple of days. However, here's the reality. I tend to stream for about maybe 2 to 3 hours. Darcy, I can't believe that you're already here. You are the linchpin of this entire process. Without you, none of this works. So I wasn't ready. I wasn't planning this. I wasn't planning this either, but here's the reality. So I want to get a quest cape in old school RuneScape. That's true. Josh's voice is in the yeah, this is the terrible one. This is the bad voice after the Saturday stream. Because on Saturday, you guys know that I talk just endlessly. Most of my streams are incredibly high energy. I talk a lot. I respond a lot. I'm focusing on both the entertainment value and responding to chat and trying to progress in the game, but also going off on tangents to make sure that Visa's got some clips, but also making sure that everyone in the chat's seen. It's a huge... it's a huge commitment. It's a huge amount of energy to be able to do all of that to a level of quality that I consider acceptable for as long as I try to do it. That's why I can only stream for about 2 to 3 hours. The thing is, if I only stream for 2 to 3 hours, I am absolutely not going to get the old school RuneScape quest cape in anything under like 3 years. So, Saturday, super high energy, lots of responses, lots of tangents, lots of stories, you know, just bouncing around, seeing what happens. Sundays, actual focus on progress toward the quest cape. I may not be able to go off on as many tangents. Yeah, we need to get the quest cape before Desert Treasures 2 comes out. I may not be able to read every single line of the quest. I will just be actually pushing through the quest. I will still only make progress when you guys are with me, but as you can see right now, I'm just spacebarring through the quests without specifically reading it because I've got the quest helper that just tells me which ones to press. So I'm still pretty much mostly focusing on you guys, the chat, but I know that we very much need to prioritize making at least some progress. I'm still going to be being lazy. I'm still remarkably lazy. I'm still going to follow Darcy, you know, was there taking me all the way over here to the trapdoor. I'm still going to be fighting the enemies as and when I can find them. It's, are you sure you want to go inside? Yes, that's fine. I'll enter the mausoleum. I will drink a divine super combat potion, and I will attack the temple guardian. Oh, I forgot that drinking a super combat potion hurts you, so we'll attack the temple guardian now, see if that works. But no, it's mostly going to be, okay, but can you talk like a pirate? See, that would be more effort than I'm willing to put in. So what we should lead you on is tangents. Yeah, if you want to lead me on tangents, I'll happily pop off on tangents. Max, thank you very much for the bits. That's remarkably kind of you. Josh and chat, have a nice one. Thank you. You have a nice day as well. It's remarkably warm over here in the UK. Please, no more accents. I cannot promise that I will not do accents. I might do accents. Glad to catch a stream after being blue-balled by the Bale yesterday. Hey, look. You can't deny that it was funny. All right, that whole Bale thing yesterday, that was funny. That was straight up funny. The fact that I said, hey, you know, we've got to leave, and then I just stopped the stream. That was funny. I understand if you can't do the pirate voice, not everyone has the ability. Oh, wow, okay. I'll follow Darcy. Darcy, could you please lead me to... Where are we going to? I think all the way back to Drezel, isn't it? So, all the way back. Rufus, thank you very much for the donation. That's remarkably kind of you. Can I have an allowance? No, my child. You've just given your allowance to me, although I appreciate the consistency. Oh, I can just Varrock teleport tab. That'll work. Varrock tele tab back. Hey, Josh, why are you so good? Because I spent a long time being really bad and then hung around with people who were way better than me and did my best to emulate them. If you want to look at anyone's success, look at the people they hang around with. Normally they hang around people far smarter and far more capable than them. Surprise second monitor stream. So, as I've explained, the Sunday streams will be much, much lower energy. Simply because I cannot keep up the amount of effort that it takes to read all of the voices, to read through the entire quest, to respond to every single thing. It's a huge amount of energy. So Saturday streams are going to be very focused on entertainment, whereas Sunday streams are going to be mostly focused. Range amounts at Return to the Temple. Okay, cool. Darcy, I'll follow you. Sunday streams are going to be mostly focused on actual progress in the game. So on Saturday, we might only make 1-2 quests, if that. But on Sunday, I want to see if we can get 2 or 3 quests done. That kind of stuff. Spacebar quest, as it should be. It hurts me because RuneScape has some excellently written quests, but I'm also aware that if I do 1 quest a week on Saturday, the problem will be it takes me 2.5 years to get a quest cape. And as much as I would like to have 2.5 years worth of content in the bank, if I don't get back to Final Fantasy XIV, I am genuinely scared that Zeppler will hunt me down and kill me. So I kind of need to, if you will, finish old school RuneScape before I am forced to return to Eorzea and avoid the bunny apocalypse before she hunts me down. Hey Josh, I'm my favourite 8th monitor streamer. That's good. As long as I don't fall into double digits, I'm okay. I go to bed with your stream on. That makes me feel very good, Vlad. Thank you. I'm glad that you're enjoying it at night. I can bond up and help you with questing, took a break from RuneScape. If you want to do that, you're more than welcome to do that. I am fully aware that the Sunday streams, because they're lower energy... I mean, this is like... You know how Asmon has Asmongold and Zakraw, and Asmongold is more like a hyper-real version of him, a slightly exaggerated, entertainment-focused persona. Not a lie, but a more entertainment-focused character, if you will, and Zakraw is just him playing the games that he wants to play for fun because he enjoys doing it, and he enjoys sharing that experience with you. I suppose I'm doing the same thing with this. The difference is that I'm way too lazy to make a second Twitch channel. So on Saturdays, we have high energy, lots of interaction, you know, entertainment-focused, anecdote-based streams where we come in after the videos and we just hang around for a while. Sunday, we have a much more slower-paced, relaxed, actual progress on the game kind of thing. I need to attack a monk of Zamorak, kill the monk for a golden key. You can save spot using the pews. Don't need to save spot, should be fine. I should be okay with this. You don't have to be in character all the time. Well, that's what I've told people, is my stream persona, if you will, is not necessarily a character, but it is a more energetic version of how I would normally play a game or stream. Now, people often get annoyed. Let's just promise not to spacebar One Small Favor. Oh no, we'll read all of One Small Favor. People often get irritated when they think, oh my god, Josh is lying, he's putting on a character as being fake. I'm not being fake, but when you sit down to play a video game, whether it's an MMO, whether it's a console game, whether it's just a phone game, whatever game you want to play, do you constantly talk? Do you explain to everyone what you're doing all the time? Because most people sure don't. I was watching one of the LazyMan streams, then summoned you. That's what happened, Thalm. I realized you were. I thought, yes, I've got to be here. Yes, I talk to myself all the time. That's fair enough. That's absolutely fair enough. Josh, your Twitch is ripping your YouTube channel of view. Literally just started watching my videos and then you put them on the second monitor. Put them on the third monitor. Yeah, sometimes it's nice to just hang out and talk. How dare you try to entertain people? I know. How dare I? The problem is that if I am... It's not that it's fake. It's that it's on. It's effort. It's effort that I'm willing to put in, without a doubt. But sometimes I want to just hang out with you guys that like games and just play games and chat. I'm happy to read the content and chat to you on a more, one-to-one genuine level. But I don't want to feel like I have to be on all the time. And this is more of a that kind of stream. Now, one thing that you'll notice in my streams that I try very hard to do is I try to never have more than 5 or 6 seconds worth of silence. If you have 5 or 6 seconds worth of silence, it's known as dead air. And on the radio anyway, dead air is a crime. Stream is like when you have to be social. Yeah, sometimes it's energy to be social. Hello. It's okay. It does take energy to be social, and I like being social, but it's the spoon analogy. Have you guys heard the spoon analogy? The, how many spoons you have left, that kind of thing. Anyone else use that? I tend to use that quite a bit. Basically, it's the idea that any amount of energy, any amount of effort uses a certain amount of spoons, if you will. You start the day with a limited amount of spoons, and anything you choose to actively do, you are using spoons for. So, you start your day with... the fact that it's spoons is irrelevant. It's just the idea of this energy distribution. You start the day with 10 spoons, doing the washing up. That's one. As silly as it sounds, getting out of bed, having a shower. That's one. Going to hang out with your mates in a club. That's 3. Sometimes going to work. That'll be 4 or 5. It's an effort. It's a different amount of effort to do different things. And what we've effectively got here is streaming, for me, is a huge spoon usage. It really is. Well, look who it is. Toff. It's me. Sometimes work's 11 spoons and you've got 10. That's why sometimes people come home from work and all they want to do is nothing. You know what really irritates me is when people say, you go to work for 8 hours a day and then you come home and you don't work for yourself. You got to work for yourself when you get home. Mate, when people get home, they're shattered. People are drained. I was drained. I was absolutely ridiculously drained. So bloody drained. Right, I need a bucket. Go to the central room and study the monuments to find which one has a key and then use the thing. I understand that when people are giving good advice, they think that it's advice. Also, why does that hand look like a goatsy? I've been on the internet too long. This was meant to be a low-energy stream, and as soon as I studied the monuments, straight away it was just boom! I can't not see it. I can't not see it, unfortunately. I've been ruined by the internet, and now I just can't see it. Aha, there we go. Cool. Use golden key with the monument. You swap the golden key for the iron key. Fantastic. Use bucket on well. I'm just pretty much following through. Now we all see it. Good. I'm glad we all see it now. You fill the bucket from the well. Go back up to the top floor of the temple. I will follow myth. You two guys, by the way, you are absolutely saviors right now, helping me out with this. But I understand that lots of people give the advice of, when you get home from work, you've got to work on your own business. You've got to work on yourself. You've got to make sure you're putting effort in. You've got to get home from this and then go to the gym. Look, some people are struggling just to go to work and get home. And it's sometimes a sign of great privilege that you're able to get home from work with enough energy to go and do literally anything else. And sometimes you've got to be proud of the small victories and getting in from a hard day at whatever you do for a job. Sometimes just getting in from having a day where you've not done anything. Because people, I've been unemployed for a long time, and people think it's really fun and it is for a week. Then it's just really, really boring and really draining, and it's difficult to do, man. So if you have energy when you come home from work, you're lucky. And you should use that luck to hopefully follow through on some of your passions. But please, please, please play something else. No. Opiate, just out of curiosity, man, where did you think that conversation was going to go to? This is a Sunday stream, so I'm putting way less effort into everything, but I am curious. Where did you think that was going to go? Did you think I was going to read your comment and be like, oh, damn, he's right. He's right. Maybe I should go back and play the bouncer some more. I'm just curious. What was your end game with that statement? You log on to the stream and you're like, please play something else. As if it was going to be a moment where I think, oh, no. No, he's right. I do need to play something else. Just poll it to get a 50-50. Bloons Tower Defense. Don't get me wrong. I'll play some Bloons Tower Defense. Yeah, sometimes after work, you got to sit in your chair for half an hour and just chill. Absolutely. That's okay. And if that's what you need, that's what you need, and you do that. And there is nothing wrong with that. Right, can we, the key fit the lock. You're free to leave now. Drezel, you can leave now, mate. Let's do it. Good thing. Okay, use the blessed water on the coffin. I'm sure there's a plot here, but I'm not particularly bothered about it. So we'll talk to Drezel again. Yep, pour the blessed water over the coffin, mate. We now need 50 rune essence or pure essence. I'm going to assume that both Darcy and Myth have got me covered on this one. So we'll climb down the ladder, sort this out. Are there quests in RuneScape that give you a choice and you can't change it afterwards? A few. I think you've got the Carnelian family where you have to kill the the Carnelian one. There's the marriage quest. And yeah, Myth says the Temple of Ikov is correct. That's one you can do. They don't like massively affect the story, but they are small little things you can do. Yeah, not huge major ones, but small things. People forget that a 40-hour work week was designed with the idea there was someone at home taking care of the household. Pretty much. It was designed that when you had a team of 2 people, 40 hours work between them, with one person going to work for another company and gaining 40 hours worth of income, and one person putting 40 hours worth of effectively maintenance in, was standard. And now you've got both people working, well, in most traditional kind of couples, if you will, both people working 40-hour work weeks, and both people taking equal responsibility for the maintenance of a household, which itself is a draining thing. It's a very... Can you be more vulnerable, please? Rookie, I mean... Okay. What do you want me to do to be more vulnerable? I mean, as a human, I have all the regular vulnerabilities that a human has. I am weak to fire and lightning. That's just the thing. I 100% am. Open the gate. Let's talk to Drezel. All humans are... I'm weak to poison as well. I'm probably weak to ice. I'm slightly resistant to water because I learned how to swim when I was a kid, so I'm fine for a bit there. Need to up the armor. I'm very weak to steel. Like if someone walks up and slaps me with a block of steel, damage. Straight there. Strong versus T without a doubt. Josh, cry right now. Look, if you want me to cry, I've got to think about the saddest moment in all of history. And I'll tell you what the saddest moment in all of history is. The moment that a grown man or woman will shed a tear. Allow me to set the scene. You're in the cinema. You're watching a beautiful film. On the film, the main character has just turned to stone. The camera pans out. Zooms out, if you will. But Pikachu refuses to stop and shocks Ash again and again and again. The sound drains, and all you hear is the sound effect of Pikachu constantly casting Lightning Bolt, Thundershock, onto Ash's stone body. And that genuinely got me, man. And you know what it was? It was love. It was absolute, pure love from Pikachu to Ash of, you know, the strongest bond of friendship they could possibly have, and the refusal to accept effectively a death. And that was just, goddamn, that got me. And you know what? I watch that as an adult now, and that still gets me. Because it's about what that moment in film represents. It represents the absolute, you know, denial of this horrific situation that they're in. I liked that. Finally turned into a Josh stream, and the first thing I get is feels. Hey man, someone asked me to cry, and the scene where Pikachu refuses to believe that Ash is dead, that's sad as hell. Okay, so I dropped the essence. You can pick it up in 30 seconds. Okay, hang on, I've just got to keep spam clicking this. If I spam click the pure essence to pick it up, and then talk to Drezel, here's some rune essence, quickly give them to me. Take more. Quickly give them to me. This is good. This is very, very easy LazyMan mode. So if anyone who's just joined us, what I'm doing is I'm trying to effectively complete a RuneScape quest cape, doing as little as possible. I can see we had some bits in the chat. Josh, I must know, will you ever make a second Patreon name list? No. No. Just straight up no. Why? Because it's funny to just keep going. I am a professional vet in the real world, can confirm that Pikachu's tiny body wouldn't be able to handle that constant power. Yeah, but what you're forgetting is that he has the power of love on his side. I think you're very much forgetting that. Okay? You need 12 more rune essence, and I'm not going to get them. Myth wishes to trade with me. Trade. You're forgetting he has the power of love. Though, yeah, the power of friendship, straight up, it's just the strongest thing in the world. Stronger than diamonds. Stronger than... Well, that's it. There's nothing stronger. I mean, as we all know, as Jojo taught us, diamond is unbreakable. And the power of friendship is, without a doubt, the most powerful power. It is. You're forgetting that none of this is real. Corey, it's real to me. And it's real to Pikachu. And I'll tell you what, it was goddamn real to Ash. That's what happened. Okay, cool. Drezel's got all the stuff that he needs now. Now we can carry on with things. Fantastic. We finished Priest in Peril. Thank you very much. Hey, Josh and chat. Going to go into lurk mode, but we're in the Discord now. That's absolutely fine. It's nice and be settled with the community. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully everyone's having a lovely day. Allow me to explain the focus and the point of this stream. The vast majority of my streams are incredibly high energy. And unfortunately, I cannot keep up that energy for longer than 2 to 3 hours. That's why Saturday streams are normally 2 to 3 hours long. However, if we only stream 2 to 3 hours a week, it's going to take absolutely bloody years to get an old school RuneScape quest cape. So instead, the Sunday streams, which is what this is going to be much lower energy, but we're going to make progress. So I'm going to need to very much focus on actually progressing within the game, trying to keep up with stuff as and when I can. I'm pretty sure I've got the OSRS Optimal Quest Guide open here, so let's just grab that, see where we're going next. Progress is the name of the game, boys. Absolutely. So on Saturdays, crazy high energy, not a problem. Josh, this is too much energy for a Sunday stream. I agree. That is too much. I'm going to click Priest in Peril. Right, next up is Nature Spirit. What do we need? Speak to Drezel under the temple. Oh, all right, sweet. Speak to Drezel, and we just start the Nature Spirit quest right here. That's convenient, isn't it? What is LazyManMode? Let me explain. So, I want to get a quest cape in old school RuneScape. I've got a quest cape before, but I want to get one now being as lazy as I possibly can. That means I don't want to walk anywhere. I will only right-click and follow people. I don't want to kill any enemies. I will let you guys reduce their health, then I'll try and do the final hit. I don't want to grind for drops, so I'm not playing an Iron Man. Just give me the drops, whatever you need. I effectively want to... Demon, I'll follow you for this one. I am effectively outsourcing the effort of going through every quest in the game with you guys. Rookie, so you call constantly talking high energy. Rookie, you and me are going to get on really well. He needs to go to the bank. Oh yes, Demon, could you take me to the bank, please, so we can get the Ghost Speak amulet? Rookie, you and me are going to get on really well, aren't we? You and me, peas in a pod, mate. We are going to have a really good time because you're going to be contrarian to everything I say, and I'm going to look up what you type, and I'm going to think, is this worth riffing on? That's going to be the thing. Is it really... He is seeking attention, but it's okay. I mean, Bat, so am I. The difference is I'm just better at it. Chob says, stop, he's using you for content. That's fine. I'm using him for content. It's a mutually beneficial agreement. I'm going to read what he puts, and I'm going to think, is this worth riffing on? I mean, this is almost like... It's like I'm being provided Mystery Science Theatre, 3,000 scripts. The problem is that it's just not a very good script writer. I'm trying as hard as I can to really kind of work here. I'm trying to make this work. Let's just throw that off the screen while I stick in some numbers to make sure you guys can't be all stealthy, sneaky. There we go, back. We all need attention. Don't act like anyone doesn't. You're not an enlightened sage. That is true, Rookie. I am not an enlightened sage. I am an enlightened bard. I never liked the sage class. I much preferred the ability to play with all the instruments. It worked on my style a lot better. Unshaven bard. Yeah, all bards are unshaven. As soon as they shave, they become paladins. That's how it works. And with the guy who said your background was green screened. Yeah. I mean, this background is right now. It is green. The background behind me is green, which is why it's taken away. Sage mentioned Final Fantasy XIV players assemble with their stuff. I'm playing Coldplay on my piano because you are British. I mean, Rookie, that's not like a law. You don't have to do that. Just because you're talking to somebody who's British, you don't mean like, oh, quick, better break up the piano and bust out some Coldplay. Okay, I also need a silver sickle, which I don't believe I have at all. So... if someone could grab me a silver sickle... Myth is trading with me, so I'm going to assume this is a silver sickle right now. A silver sickle and 10 salve graveyard teleports. Well, thank you very much. That's much easier. Where is the salve graveyard? Where does that actually take me to? I actually don't know where that goes to. Hang on. Let's just work this out. The salve graveyard. Is it on the map? It's the swamp gate. Oh, there it is. The salve graveyard. Okay. God, that's one of those ancient things, isn't it? Break salve graveyard. Are we really being that lazy? We can't even walk there now. Just watched your Guild Wars 2 video from 2021 and wondering if you have any updates on it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know too much because obviously being from 2021, I've not super kept up with Guild Wars 2 changes in that time. I'm sure Guild Wars 2 is probably good because I quite like it. I learned that you can use Rune Light, then you can enter your pin. Oh, cool. Okay, I'll have a look into that. Enter the swamp. In we go. Right. Hang on. Iron Man unfriendly tellies. Right, myth, let's do this. I've got food on me, but if I put the food down here, hopefully it should not be destroyed by the ghasts. That's going to be a plan. We need to effectively not have the meat pie be eaten by these ghasts around us, because when you're in the swamp, if a ghast attacks you, it effectively destroys any food you have in your inventory. Twitch declares this my 2-month anniversary. Oh, well, thank you very much. Welcome to your 2-month Twitch anniversary. Hopefully I've provided enough experience and entertainment within that 2 months to be worth it. But no, Guild Wars 2 is definitely a game worth playing. It's one of the better MMORPGs out there on the market right now. And even though it's been around for a while and people keep saying, oh, when Guild Wars 3, it's still got a hell of a lot of time and stuff in it. How did I learn about it? I've been making plugin videos. Oh, that's Visa asking a question. Right, let's jump over this bridge. Let's not fail. Memories of Swampletics. Failed. Right, and into the grotto. Here we go. Just trying to catch up. Is Star Wars Republic Commando old and famous enough for Was It Any Good? Look, all the old Star Wars games are definitely on the list to play for Was It Any Good at some point. Without a doubt. They are definitely there. Nice to have an afternoon stream, sure change. So, the Sunday streams, as I mentioned, are much lower energy, but much longer. So, the Saturday streams, intense for 2 hours. Sunday streams, much more chilled for maybe about 5 or 6 hours kind of thing. But as usual, if your stream does last longer than 4 hours, do consult a doctor, and then they'll high-five you. That's how that works. That's why that warning's there. You're like, it's been longer than 4 hours, and they're like, yeah! And you're like, yeah! That's what that's for, in case anyone's curious. Star Wars Rogue Squadron for N64. Okay, can someone please explain something to me? Because I like to think that I'm quite clever, but this has absolutely eluded me. What the hell is up with the Quest 64 Twitter account? Like, I'm absolutely 100% sure that it's not the official Quest 64 game, but someone is role-playing as the Quest 64 official Twitter account with lots of What? What the hell? Is that just viral marketing for like a Quest 64 resurgence? Because if it is, it's incredible. I even messaged, I messaged Pro Jared, who was a YouTuber that I've watched for a long time, and I like his old reviews. And I'm like, hey, Jared, you've reviewed Quest 64 before. It's one of your most successful videos. Is this just really clever viral marketing that you've put out to drum up interest in your Quest 64 review? Because if it is, I mean, fair play, that's incredibly smart. And he just replied saying, no, I wish I was that smart. So I don't know who it is. Whoever it is, they've got a lot of free time and a lot of knowledge about games and memes. So respect for that. Respect for that. Am I still planning to do more of the RPG books? Yes. Yes, I will. There will be many, many more RPG books coming, but unfortunately, I do need to focus on this first. Have we got caught into some kind of loop here? Attempts to enter the grotto. Okay, we've attempted to enter the grotto. Use mirror on ghost. There we go. Use the mirror so they can see they're transparent, and now they believe they are absolutely, without a doubt, definitely a ghost. Coca-Cola or Pepsi? I mean, right now, don't tell anyone, but right now I'm actually drinking Monster from a mug, and the reason for this is that I'm genuinely quite tired and need a bit of a caffeine kick. It's sugar-free, don't worry, we're going healthy, but I don't think any of you would realise. I would never tell you. Don't worry. No one knows. Sneaky boy. Super sneaky boy, that's what I am. Can we just take a second to appreciate the fact that Lewis Hamilton is a flavour of Monster? Like, I don't know, I'm not sponsored or anything, but Who in the monster marketing department went, you know what? I want to lick Lewis. Why would I say that after 200 people have raided from Bloody Drongo's chat? Bloody Drongo, you had to pick that exact moment, didn't you? The exact moment that 200 people get thrown into the stream and they're like, oh, I wonder what Josh is on. I wonder how he's going to play old school RuneScape today. I wonder what relatable anecdotes he's got for all of us. And all you got was me going, I want to lick Lewis Hamilton. I want to see how he tastes. I want to see this. This is actually, I'm not sponsored, but I'm not even kidding. Look, Lewis Hamilton flavor. This is his sweat. Okay, they have multiple of these cans attached to him at all times. And then they just sell that. But no, everyone from Drongo's chat, good evening, welcome. My name's Josh. I'm going to play some old school RuneScape today. Now, here is the truth. Normally, right-click search. Normally, I stream on Saturdays. And I normally stream very high energy, you know, very focused, attempts to enter the grotto. Let's just enter the grotto. I normally stream very high energy, very focused, responding to chat all the time, lots of talking, you know, lots of anecdotes. The problem with this is I'm trying to get a quest cape on old school RuneScape, and I'm trying to do it slowly. And one of the reasons, use the journal, use journal on thing. And I'm doing it in what I'm calling LazyManMode. And here's the interesting one. LazyManMode is interesting. I am doing the opposite to what most old school RuneScape Iron Man streamers do. Instead of limiting what I can do, I am outsourcing all of the work to you. I'm not an Iron Man character. You can trade me in the game, that's fine. So I'm not walking anywhere. I am only following you lot. I am not fighting anything unless I have to. I'm letting you guys weaken it for me, then I'm doing the final killing blow. I'm not grinding for items, you can just give me them. I'm not grinding for money, you can just give it to me. And effectively, I'm trying to see if I can get a quest cape in the game, completing every single quest, while doing as little work as possible. Talk to Drezel under the Patadomus Temple. Let's teleport back to, I would say, Varrock, and then walk to the temple. That's probably the easiest way. Or, no, let's go to the Salve Graveyard. No, Varrock, it's safer. We'll do Varrock, and then we'll go and talk to the thing. So yeah, I have effectively outsourced all of my work to you. So I'm not working. See, Darcy has been instrumental in this entire run. Darcy has been with us from the start. And see, I'm not even walking right now. I'm just going to have a sip from my stolen Jagex mug. And the reason I started LazyManMode was I realized that I would never be able to put as much effort into playing RuneScape as some of the other content creators. I will never be as good at limiting myself as Swampletics. I will never be as good at raids as Boaty. I will never be as famous as Zazima. So why not go the opposite way? Instead of trying to put more effort into the game to be impressive, why not put less effort into the game? Why not try and outsource everything? What is the point of being a successful streamer if I still have to put effort into things? What's the point? What's all this been for? Outsourcing everything. I'm outsourcing the running. I'm outsourcing the grinding. I'm not going to let anyone else log into the account, and I'm not going to grind off stream unless I absolutely have to. I might do some farming runs off stream because, let's be real, you don't want to watch 4 hours of farming content. But the fact that Darcy has just walked us literally all the way over to here, and I've clicked like, what, 3 times? Fantastic. Oh, snap, caught you idle of the vids. Oh, thank you very much, Tom. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. Outsourcing implies compensation. Slavery is what this is, willing slavery. Yeah, volunteers. Voluntary slavery, I suppose, is what we've got going on here. But also, let's be real. When we get a quest cape, it will be amazing. It will be, I think, the first... I'm paying an exposure. If this works, it will be, I think, the first community-gathered quest cape, effectively. Now, I know that there was another RuneScape account that people could log into because the credentials for it were made public, but I don't think this has been done before, effectively outsourcing all of the work to all of you. Yeah, you guys are carrying. There's like 3 or 4 people who are absolutely essential in this. But yeah, Hanani did it, didn't they? Yes, Hanani had that kind of public RuneScape account where people did it. Did that one got a fire cape, didn't it? Did that one get a quest cape? Did the Hanani public account get a quest cape? I can't remember. If it isn't, if they didn't get a quest cape, then this will be one of the first community-gathered quest capes. If they did, this will be the second, which almost works for LazyManMode, because I wouldn't be the first person to do it. I never get to catch your stream. I am delighted. Soupish, I'm delighted you're here. You know, thank you. That's why I started streaming early, because I knew you'd be able to catch the stream then. But allow me to just recap everyone who's not been here before. Cast the Druidic spell next to the Rotten Log in Mortmire, so we need to... Okay, cool, Mortmire. Darcy, please walk me to Mortmire. So yes, what it is, how am I training skills? Slowly, mostly through quests. What this is LazyManMode. LazyManMode is the opposite of Iron Man mode, where instead of doing everything myself, I do nothing myself. So you'll notice I have a small army of competent people around me who are effectively doing everything for me. They are walking me around, they are opening gates. If it's a gate that can be opened, then they'll do it for me. If it can't be opened, then I've got to do it this way. They're killing enemies, they're giving me items, they're helping me with training stuff. It's, how do I kill bosses? Yeah, look, if I've absolutely got to do the thing, because it's... we'll go here. There's two over here. We'll cast the Druidic spell. We cast the spell in the swamp, and we pick some fungi. Alright, cool. We've got the fungi. Use the mushrooms on the brownstone outside the grotto. Alright, cool. Myth, I'll follow you. Myth, I'm following you now, my friend. Yeah. You're a fun guy. Oh, thanks. Thanks. I mean, you could come and join us, but I don't think there's much room for more people. Oh, the energy's back. That was far too high energy. Alright, slow it down. Slow it down. It would be cool to see a click tracker, see how few clicks are required. You know, I did think about, and I started this years ago on YouTube, how far can you get in RuneScape with 1,000 clicks? Just every left click is counted, every right click is counted as well. How far with 1,000 clicks? But I would need I'd need a plugin to count how many times I clicked, which is difficult to do. That's interesting. It is interesting, but I don't have the technical know-how to create a plugin or even a checker, like a mouse click tracker that would be able to run while I'm running RuneScape. Use Mortmire Fungus on stone. Sounds like the perk. Use a used spell on that stone. There's probably some kind of things here. Enter the grotto. Do we search? Okay, so enter. Tell the dude that we're ready. Hey, yeah, we got everything from nature. Yeah, here's the stuff. What do we need to do now? Stand on the orange stone. We stand there. And then we talk to the dude. Tell him that we're ready. Alright, cool. Let's see what we can do. I think I've solved the puzzle. Hey, you don't want to watch the Xbox game show that's live right now? No, not really. I hopped off the hype train years ago. Do not board the hype train. Never gets off at the station you want it to get off at. Never goes where you think it's going to go. Disregard the hype train. Board the realistic expectations bus. It arrives later, it gets there slower, but you are never disappointed. I am too lazy for hype. That's why you know what, I'm just too old for hype. The fact is that I have lived through so many overhyped video games, consoles, films, events, TV shows. I've lived through so many overhyped things that they have just lost all meaning to me now. It's instead of overhyping something, just release something that's good when it's good. And sometimes some of the best things just get released to very little hype. And they're like, okay, here we go, here's what I've made. And it's good. Vampire Survivors, basically no hype. Released, everyone took a week out of their lives to play it. Factorio, very little hype. Released, everyone just decided this is the best thing in the world because it's fantastic. I don't appreciate being told that I'm going to like something because it's going to be great. I very much appreciate being given the chance to experience something and then work out whether I like it or not. So to me, hype is... It's going to sound really silly, but in like a positive way, not like a negative, depressed way. I feel like I've almost outgrown the cycle of hype that is designed to get me super interested in a product, designed to make me consume the product while forgetting my kind of logical, analytical approach to it, and then get excited for the next product, and then consume that. Getting hyped requires, as we were saying later, too many spoons. Just too many spoons, man. Someone comes up, oh, are you excited for this? Well, I hope it's good, but I'm not necessarily super excited about it. Yeah, you know what, Phantoms, that is an excellent way of putting it. You see the show instead of watching the show. When I'm watching these reveals, and it's like, not in-game footage, okay, so what you've done is made a film. Well done. And I'm not saying that your film isn't great. When someone's like, hey, here's a cinematic trailer for our game. Okay, why? You're going to make a cinematic trailer for a book? You're going to make an in-game trailer for a film? Why? Why have you gone to a different medium than the one you expect me to buy and shown what you can do? If it's that good, just make a film. Hey, look, we've made this amazing 10-minute trailer. All right, cool. Do that 6 times. You got a film going. I'm not saying that I don't appreciate them. What I'm saying that, unfortunately, is I know that it's marketing over anything else. Right-click bloom next to some rotten logs. All right, cool. I love the Warhammer 40k cinematic trailers. They're fantastic. The Indomitus trailer was absolutely, without a doubt, bloody brilliant. It is not in any way representative of actually playing Warhammer 40k. Use the filled druid pouch on a ghast to make it attackable. So what we need to do first of all is there's some logs, I want to say like here. We'll stand here, we'll cast bloom on the silver sickle. That gives us some pick fungi. Then we use fill the druid pouch. Need at least 3 blossomed items. Okay, we'll drop the food then. And we will cast bloom again. Give me a sec. See, this is what I was on about the idea of use filled druid pouch on ghast. And then we should be able to attack this ghast. Excellent. Attack the ghast. See, I guess that when I show someone the hype trailer for Warhammer 40k, I'm impressed by the voice acting. I'm impressed by the cinematography. I'm impressed by the graphics. I'm impressed by anything. And as a film, it's great. But it's also not representative of the experience you have while playing Warhammer 40k. If you show me something that is representative of the experience I'm going to have, then I can use that as an example to show other people. If you show me something that isn't representative of the experience I'm going to have, then what you are trying to do is create hype to make me buy the thing that you're creating. But you're creating hype through not sharing the thing, but through showing me something that gets me excited? I don't... It's very, very complicated in that... I mean, I was a 90s kid, so do you guys remember seeing adverts on TV for board games that just showed the board games being super hype? You'll need to kill 3. Okay, use druid pouch on grass. Do you remember board game adverts on TV? And it would be like, you know, the kids having an amazing time, camera zooms in, super exciting, whether it's Mousetrap, where they're building the kind of thing. I had that game where you actually had little kind of spring-loaded guns that you aimed at knights and shot and they blew up and stuff. That was super cool. Or the kind of plastic toy castle that everyone had. Yeah, Crossfire. Crossfire was super cool as well. That was a good one. That was the... Didn't you have to, like, fire the discs across at somebody else? That kind of stuff. But these adverts were actually made using the thing that you were going to buy. Imagine if someone made a cinematic trailer for Monopoly. And they just made it look like the most amazing experience in the entire world. And then you went to actually buy Monopoly and you're like, yeah, this is not the experience I had. I would have so much more respect if an advert for Monopoly was just people arguing about what happens when you pay tax. Does the money go on the free space square? Do you get that if you land on free parking? Look, I said that Sunday was going to be a low energy stream because it needs to be, because I want to stream for about 6 hours, but allow me to explain the rules of Monopoly. You do not put the money on free parking. You do not get the money that you've paid the bank if you land on free parking. If you do that, the game goes on for absolutely bloody ages. Monopoly is not designed to go on for ages. It's actually a parody of the inequality within the landlord system. It's designed as a satire. Monopoly has a rule. If you would put a house on a square and there are no houses in the box, you cannot represent a house using an outside game piece. This means the best way to win Monopoly is to build 4 houses on all the things that you own and not upgrade to hotels. Because if you upgrade to hotels, those 4 houses go back into the tray, back into the kind of cycle, and other people can use them. If you own every single house in the game and there physically aren't enough house pieces, other people simply can't build houses. That is a rule in Monopoly. It's one of the reasons it's called Monopoly. You have a monopoly on the housing market. That's how you win. If you can build 12 houses, other people cannot upgrade to hotels. You don't win through having the most hotels, you win through depriving the other people in the game of assets. That's how it works. I hate Monopoly, but by God, if we play, I will win. Just because I hate the game doesn't mean I'm not going to try and metagame it. All right? If anything, I hate the game and I want to metagame it even more. And what I really hate is when people go, oh, but I'm just going to give my friend, I'm going to loan you money. No, you're not going to loan anyone money. Because if you loan someone money, the game lasts longer. And the point of Monopoly is to be sad in the most intense, quick way possible and then go and do something else better. I hate Monopoly. And I'll tell you why I hate Monopoly. I hate Monopoly because I bloody love board games. I absolutely adore board games. We've finished Nature Spirit. This should be a happy moment, but no, we're talking about Monopoly. I love board games. And unfortunately, I used to work in a toy shop, which means that when someone says to me, oh, you like board games? Do you mean like the game of life? Do you mean Monopoly? Do you mean frustration? No, they are shit board games. What you are talking about is the bottom of the barrel board games. It would be like if someone says, I love video games, and they went, oh, you mean like Devil May Cry 2? You mean like Bubsy 3D? No, listen, board games have moved on so far from where they started that they are now some of the best forms of entertainment. Ticket to Ride is fantastic. Pandemic is fantastic. Resistance is fantastic. I love all these games. My cat wants food. She's heard my Monopoly rant. The point is, the problem I have with Monopoly is it is so popular that it has absolutely, completely dominated the board game discussion. And when people talk about board games, they mean shit board games, because that's what they've been exposed to as kids. When you should be talking about good board games. Opinion on Twilight Imperium. I have not played it. So, sorry, no real thing on there. Would watch Monopoly streams, though. Right, look, if I do a Monopoly stream, it will be in real life and it will be against somebody else. Ironically, the game Monopoly actually has a monopoly on people's opinions of board games. Right, we've done Nature Spirit. Everyone be happy. Next up is Making History. Varrock to bank next, need RD tab. Varrock to bank. Off we go. Right, Making History. Let's have a look what we need for this. Official length is short. Items required: Spade, Sapphire Amulet, Ghost Speak Amulet. A way to enter Mauritania. Darcy, I'm going to follow you. I'll tell you what else I've got, along with being absolutely bloody melting in the UK, because it's like 31 degrees right now, which is incredibly hot. The Monopoly on the D&D set will be funny. Well, there's actually Dungeons & Dragons Monopoly, unfortunately, because that's a thing. Right, we are doing Making History. What do we need? We need 1 spade. We can get a spade. The PK as lunch. We've got a Ghost Speak Amulet already. I need a Sapphire Amulet and some teleports to our Dune. So we'll grab some teleports to Ardy. Yeah, got a couple of those. Bank some stuff. I'll tell you what I have got. That's what I've got. I went to the shop and I bought some smart water. And I'll tell you why. Because this is going to make me smart. I've actually got 2 bottles of smart water in case one of them doesn't contain the knowledge I was hoping it would contain. Let me sort the cat out. You know, in one of those bottles of smart water is advanced physics somewhere. The more I drink, the smarter I'm going to get. Let me go and sort the cat. I'll be like 2 minutes. Cool, she's sorted. It's okay. We're all good. Anyway, yes, there's a lot of meows going on. She's a very old, very senile cat, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I love her, but my goodness, she is a handful. All right, cool. Also bring lots of cash and a stamina pot. Lots of cash and a stamina pot. Okay, I mean, I can take like what, 100k? Is that lots of cash? I'm not quite sure how much cash you want me to take. I've got a stamina potion on me. Let's do this. All right, so. We need, starting off, talk to Jorrel at the outpost south of the Tree Gnome Stronghold. Myth, you wish to trade with me. What are we trading, Myth? Superior Dragon Bones, Sapphire Amulet, Pot. I'm going to assume I need all these things. Thank you. That's remarkably kind of you. I'm not sure what I need the Superior Dragon Bones for, but I will take them. Thank you. Right, where are we going? We need to go to Tree Gnome Stronghold. Can I just take the tree? Follow the tree. Darcy, please walk me to the grand tree. Liquid Knowledge. So yes, there's a water brand called Smart Water. Again, not sponsored. We bought them because they were cheap at Costco. And it's, if anything, it's efficient. So what I'm doing is I'm learning. I'm knowledging while I play. I'm gaining knowledge. That sip was advanced calculus. I now know that. Who knows what the next sip will be? Maybe it will be geography, maybe history, maybe PE, who knows, maybe woodworking. All right, travel. Need to go to the Tree Gnome Stronghold. Gnome Stronghold, there we go. Who knows? And then we follow Darcy again. Darcy, I'm with you. Maybe it'll be cringy memories in 4K. Oh, cringy. Why are you laughing at PE? Physical education, that's what English kids used to call it. We'd be in school like, oh, we've got PE next. And that means that if you were lucky, if you were in an English school like I was, and again, I understand most of my viewers aren't English, but this is my stream. If you were very lucky, what would happen is the teacher would unclip the massive apparatus from the wall, whether it's one of those kind of wooden square frames or big metal colourful frames, and swing out the apparatus into the middle of the room, and you get to use the apparatus. Oh, that was a good day, that was. That was a very good day of climbing on the apparatus. Always sign me up for the climbing frames. Some of you were like, what? What are you on about? Oh, yeah, the wall. I mean, the apparatus never saw use beyond like the first 2 years because too many kids kept falling off. Maybe you'd put out the blue crash mats on the floor. And in English schools, there were two types of blue crash mats. There were the big, thick, soft blue crash mats, which would genuinely save you if you fell onto them, and then there were the incredibly thin blue crash mats, which were, for all intents and purposes, as hard as the floor. And the teacher would be like, oh, put the crash mats out. I'm like, why? Why? You're doing nothing. All you're doing is making the room smaller by putting the crash mat on the floor and landing on it. You'll do just as much damage. I would bounce more on the wood. That's a clip. Didn't even mean to say those words in that order, but oh damn. Quick, drink some smart water so I don't say more words. I mean, I nearly said erected the apparatus. That would have been bad as well. Ooh, okay. Right, Sunday's meant to be a low energy stream, and I'm going to be real, we are failing. Hello, YouTube. Yes. Yeah, hi, YouTube. All right, so we're not reading the scripts for this because let's be real. It's a Sunday. It's a low-energy stream. Why are there 2,000 people watching me talk about bouncing on the wood? Why is that what people want? People are like, Josh is streaming. He's going to say something stupid. Let's watch. Let's watch live. You guys are effectively what you get is live clips before they happen. It's Sunday and it's hot. Let's be real. It's really bloody warm. Without a doubt. It is incredibly hot. And what I'm looking forward to is all the Americans and all the Australians that are like, oh, 31 degrees ain't hot. And then all the English people are like, well, actually, our houses are built to keep in heat. And then that discussion is going to happen every single year. Every single year without fail. I love it. You can tell when summer's getting closer because Twitter just becomes a discussion about how English people explain that houses are built differently. That's it. That's how it works. Hello, Mr. Streamer. What do I think about daylight savings? Oh, thank God you finally asked me about that. I've been saving up some very passionate opinions about daylight savings. Daylight savings is dumb. Can we just get rid of it? I'll tell you what, if I ever run for any form of political office, this is the one thing I'll campaign on. That's it. People are like, what's your belief on anything? I'm like, I'm going to cancel daylight savings. That's all I'm going to do. As soon as that's done, I'm out. I'm gone. So for those of you who are unaware, the UK, Piper, leave the cat food alone. The cat may enter, that's fine. For those of you who are unaware, the UK actually has 2 time zones, and we cycle between them every 6 months. How dumb does that sound? So we have what's called GMT, which is Greenwich Mean Time, and then BST, which is British Summertime. And what happens is, every 6 months, in spring, the clocks go forward by 1 hour, and in autumn, the clocks go back by 1 hour, and we call it spring forward, fall back, which is the way it works. So GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, BST, British Summertime. So BST is GMT plus 1. So if I'm trying, and this happens actually quite a lot, if I'm trying to organize a meeting with someone who's international, and I've had this happen recently, so someone works in America, someone works in, Texas, California, New York, whatever, and they're like, oh, let's organize a meeting for 4 p.m. GMT. I have to then contact them and go, did you mean 4 p.m. BST? And they go, I don't know what that is. And I have to explain to them that England actually has 2 time zones and we cycle between them. And it always ends up with people being an hour early or an hour late. It's really strange. And the reason we have it is apparently for the farmers. And the reason for this is we wanted, let's just go with this person. I don't know what I'm choosing on this one, but we're just the silver merchant. Got to go now, bye. Okay, cool, the silver merchant. And the farmers needed more daylight in order to farm more. And I kind of thought, of all the people who are not going to pay any attention to the actual time, but instead look at, the sun, it would be the farmers. And it turns out that the farmers didn't actually mind what time it was. They just woke up when the sun rose. And everyone else got upset by this. Farmers just don't care what time it is. They just do the work they've got to do. And what it left with was every single year in Britain, I mean, you can freaking Google this. Coco, I'm going to follow you. Every single year in Britain, there is always a very passionate, very heated discussion about whether this year will be the year that we abolish British summertime and instead just stick to the entire thing being Greenwich Mean Time. Does the UK have a name that covers both GMT and BST? No. BST is just GMT plus 1. It's very, very strange. So every single year, did I watch any of the Summer Game Fests? Nope, didn't bother. I'm not going to play any games until they release. I'm not getting on the hype train. I am instead boarding the realistic expectation bus, which currently is docked at a services somewhere because the toilet's broken and somebody wants to go in and get a Greggs. But beyond that, I'm just waiting. So yeah, if I was to campaign for any kind of public British office, my only campaign, focus would be abolishing GMT and BST, making it just GMT entirely, getting rid of the whole, stupid 1 hour forward, 1 hour back thing, and then as soon as that is sorted, just leaving. Pretty much it. Turn up, do one thing, go. Done. Devolver had a show, and I know you'd like it. 2 game shows later, still only want to play the cat pirate game. I think they want to remove daylight savings. Oh yeah, they do. They want to remove daylight savings, but they never do it. Because it's easy to say that you're going to do something and very hard to actually do it. Because unfortunately, most governments in the world run off the general focus of that's how we've always done it. Tradition is just peer pressure from dead people. That's what it is. So whenever someone says, oh, that's how it's always been done. Okay, why? If you can give me there is a philosophical concept that you should not knock down a fence until you know why the fence was built in the first place. There's a very interesting philosophical thing because some people say, oh, I don't know why this is there, therefore let's get rid of it. Okay, that's a very dangerous thing to say. If you don't know why something is there, then getting rid of it is a terrible idea because you don't know what it's preventing. or what it's allowing. If you want to get rid of something, you need to absolutely understand what it's doing and be able to explain how removing it would not change something. It's like in programming. You may sometimes open some random code in programming and you'd be looking at me like, I've got no idea what this is doing. Don't remove it. Because if you don't know what it's doing, I guarantee it's doing something incredibly vital. Only when you know what it's doing do you need to remove it. So people are like, oh, we should just remove British summertime. Okay, what does putting the clocks forward 1 hour actually achieve? It gives people more sunlight. That's what it gives them. That's it. You get more sunlight. Okay, so how about instead everyone just gets up a bit earlier and we go off? The sun doesn't care what time it is. I don't think any of the actual kind of natural processes of the world even know what time it is. They just do their thing. Just do the thing. Just be nature. Nature's not going to be like, oh shit, it's 7 o'clock. I best get out the sky. Firstborn man, please Josh, notice me once more. Done. See? I live to serve. But you know what? Maybe I don't fully understand BST. Maybe I need to have another sip of smart water to get smarter. That's made me a lot smarter. Now I understand philosophy. Philosophy. Nope, I'm sticking with the first pronunciation. I now understand philosophy. I am now a philosopher. An attempt was made. Thank you, Drongo. I tried to get smarter. What on earth is smart water? I'm not taking the piss. That's what it's called. It's water infused with knowledge. Knowledge. I keep it in my garage next to my Lamborghinis. Next to my bookshelf. You know what's on my bookshelf? That's right. Smaller Lamborghinis. And you know, if you open those tiny Lamborghini boots, you know what's in that tiny Lamborghini boot? That's right. Tiny bookshelves. And you know what's on those tiny bookshelves? That's right. Tiny bottles of smart water. It's smart water, Lamborghinis and bookshelves all the way down, boys. All the way down. Many, many leather-bound books, and my apartment smells of rich mahogany, without a doubt. Is there also water for emotional intelligence? No. Do you want some attention? Hang on. It's wiener cam time. Come on. Come on. Good jump. Well done. You made it. You made it up to the jump. Hello. How are we doing now? We doing good? We're gonna... Oh, okay, cool. It's lick time again. It is lick time. It's the licking segment. This is the moment. Thanks, Piper. This is the shower. This is the gamer shower, as they say. The licks must commence. So, Piper, how's your day gone? Oh, you've been asleep in the sun all day. And then you wake up and lick me, and then you go back to sleep in the sun all day. What a life. What a fantastic life. Piper. Piper, come on. We don't need to lick everything. Okay, we can lick the arm, that's fine. I mean, the chest, that was getting a bit OnlyFans right there. That was getting a little bit too PG-13. There you go. That's fine, we can do that. You can sit and you can hang out. Bet she smells like a baked potato. I'm sorry, my brain just kind of had to reset for a second there. I bet she smells like a dog. All this content for free? I know, you guys are getting sweet, salty goodness. Just sometimes I will read a sentence and my brain will try to comprehend it and my brain will do the Windows shutdown noise. Sometimes people walk up to me and they'll say something and my brain just goes, do-do-do-do. And then it reboots. I'm like, what? Brilliant. I think there was one of my favourite comedians, Ross Noble. Ross Noble has endless stories of his friends just saying things that he cannot possibly forget. He just burst into laughter with them. And I think one of my favourite stories was when Ross was talking about one of his friends, and his friend walks up, holds his arm out, and he's got a new watch on, and he just goes, Ross! And Ross looks over, and the man just points to it and goes, sports watch, sports action, and then leaves. And then a few days later, Ross meets up with his friend again and says, you know, what happened to your sports watch? And the friend just goes, I've never owned a watch. And then walks off again. And I'm thinking, who are you hanging out with? These insane people. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fantastic that that's the energy that your friends are bringing to the table. But it's very confusing. You use the spade and find a chest. Wonder what's inside. Alright, cool. So I'm going to eat a thing. Do we open the chest? Do we open the chest next? Use the enchanted key on the chest. Use enchanted key on chest. You find a journal, then you throw the thing away. Talk to Blaine in Southeast Relica. Right, that's going to need teleporting to, I want to say Camelot? Piper, are we doing good? We doing good here still? Do you have another Camelot teleport? I have a Camelot teleport in the bank. So if we want to go to the bank and grab a Camelot teleport, we can do that. Unless someone wants to teleport me to the thing. Okay, hang on, we're taking a trade. Sprite, I have a tab. Camelot, thank you very much. This is perfect. I will take the Camelot teleport tab and we'll pop over there. For anyone who's new to the stream, I am basically playing as lazy as I possibly can. You are giving me everything. Darcy, I'll follow you again because you've proved to be remarkably useful so far. Okay, Piper, it's time to go on the floor now. It's time to relax. Go and sleep. There's some food over there for you. Go on. Okay, let's focus on the game. Now, again, remember that Saturdays, super high energy, lots of talking, lots of reacting. Sundays, much more chill, much more relaxed. Smart water Sundays. That's what we're doing. Your wiener got wet. It will do today. It's bloody boiling. What about more chest hair Sundays? We could look into that. I can definitely look into the potential of having way more chest hair going on. That would work. Have I ever played Dark Age of Camelot? No, but I do know that Dark Age of Camelot, the people behind it, Broadsword Games, now have control of Star Wars The Old Republic. And lots of people message me saying, hey, what's this going to mean for the future of Star Wars The Old Republic? Is it on life support? Is it dying? Is it dead? So Broadsword Games, to the best of my knowledge, have 2 MMOs that they currently manage, and that's Ultima Online and Dark Age of Camelot. Now, both Ultima Online and Dark Age of Camelot, this is a positive, are still going. I don't know if they're being actively developed in the same way that, say, EverQuest is still being actively developed, because EverQuest got its, 29th expansion this year or something. It's ridiculous that it's still being made and still getting stuff put out for it. That's absolutely phenomenally impressive. One of the most longest-running MMOs. I don't know the current state of Ultima Online or Dark Age of Camelot. I know that the Ultima Online has its Outlands server. Is the Outlands server is that a private server? Is that like a community-made version, or is Ultima Online Outlands like an actual official thing? Well, you guys have to fill me in on that. Okay, yes it is, that's fair. So, will Star Wars The Old Republic going to Broadsword be a good thing or a bad thing for it? I think it will survive, which is important. It will still continue to survive. Whether it will be actively updated as much as it was before, we don't really have a precedent set by Broadsword to do that. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I hope so. I really, really, really hope so, without a doubt. You alright there? You okay there, Piper? Making some strange noises. We going on? We going good? Oh, you're just coughing at something. Okay, cool. Oh, they're just coughing. She was just coughing because it's really warm. See, this is why I like LazyManMode. I can leave the chair, come back, and then people are like, oh, I've arrived at where I need to be. She wants some smart water. That would make her smarter. Freak Boy says, wait, you're not bloody Drongo. You don't know that. You can't prove that. Do I think that basic income is going to create a gaming renaissance? Oh, we're asking the interesting questions now, aren't we? We're asking about my opinion on universal basic income. Well, you know, I'm glad that you come to me, because I am, of course, as everyone knows, an amateur economist on the side of all this. I think universal basic income is one of those things that I have to admit that I absolutely do not know anywhere near enough about to have a valid opinion on. And will giving people an amount of money every month just to cover basic living expenses give them a higher quality of life? Most likely, yes. Will doing this allow those people to follow their passions, find something they're good at, give them a safety net to fall back on, and hopefully create, ultimately, more productive societies because the society will be producing something that it genuinely feels passionately about instead of being depressedly forced into running a job that they don't like? Again, most likely yes. Will this work in the long term? Don't know. Let's find out. That's why they're doing it. It's also psychological. People say, well, will it make you less motivated? Will people be able to sit around and do nothing and just get given money? Maybe. Don't know. Most people actually have a desire to do something that they want to do in life. As silly as it sounds, a lot of people want to actually do something with their life. A lot of people do want to. They have a passion, they have an interest, they have a desire. What's holding people back from doing this is the social safety net just isn't there. A lot of people want to either create some art or they want to go on a journey, they want to do something productive. And people hear me say this and they're like, oh, well, they have to create something useful. They have to. What they have to create is something that people like, people want. They have to fill a need. Not everyone wants to work in a factory. I'm sure that some people will want to do that, and that's absolutely fine. That's entirely their choice. If you want to do that, great. Live your best life, make yourself happy. I know a lot of people who are very content to go to a monotonous 9-to-5 factory job, move some bits around all day, come home, and they're like, yeah, sweet, I'm physically fitter because I've got a physical job. It's not too mentally demanding. I've now got free time to do myself. That's absolutely fine. If you want to do that, you want to do that. I create content for a living. I play video games, make videos on them, analyze them, do content like this. I'm sure that if you were to look at my, contribution to society on a purely kind of, fundamental level, it's probably not that important. But people find entertainment in this, and I think that art is very important. Art is remarkably. People love distracting themselves with art. People love having fun things to watch and do. I mean, when the pandemic hit, everyone was inside watching videos, playing video games. There's a lot of value into a culture that creates art. So will universal basic income allow people to have that social safety net while creating something that would make the society, beautiful and great outside of just purely productivity? Yeah, probably. Probably. How many people would become content creators if there was universal basic income? I mean, that's another interesting way of looking at it, but the content creation sphere is, again, unfortunately, very, very skewed. The top, 1% of content creators get something like 70% of the views. And I'm saying that as someone who is likely in the top 1% of them, simply because there's 2.2 thousand people hanging out watching old school RuneScape, talking about the validity of universal basic income to create a society that would allow it to... I am just answering all these questions quickly, that would allow the society to create art. And it's what's really weird about this is when we look at great societies, we see incredible works of art, works of philosophy, works of culture. And when you offer people the ability to now effectively follow their passions to create that, everyone goes, no, that's bad. Do you want a culture, a society that is artistically beautiful and relevant and has both the philosophy, the psychology, and the physical fitness to be able to go and explore those? I mean, was it the Romans or the Greeks that said that a philosopher should be a warrior and a warrior should be a philosopher? Because otherwise you will have your thinking done by cowards and your fighting done by idiots. It's very, very beneficial to a society as a whole to have at least a basic grasp of all of these concepts when attempting to do something. Someone said Greek and someone else said, I think that was The Simpsons. Well, I mean, if it is The Simpsons, fair play, because The Simpsons did do everything first. You can tell the smart water's cricking in. The smart water here, this is the Greek philosophy bit. But don't worry, I'm not going to change my Twitter handle, my Twitter photo profile picture to an old stone statue. I don't think I'm quite along that level yet. Don't worry, we're okay. I'm still grounded enough. I love the fact that as soon as you see someone with a stone statue face as a Twitter profile, you immediately know the exact kind of profile you're in for. It's a great filter. It really is. Right, let's carry on with this. That was it, thank you. The society that separates its scholars from its warriors will have its thinking done by cowards and its fighting done by fools. That is a beautiful sentence. How does this relate to universal basic income? Well, universal basic income would allow people the kind of social safety net, if you will, to follow a passion. What would you rather have? 100 people doing something that is productive, but they all hate it, meaning the actual amount of product created will be vastly lower than it should be because the people doing the creation don't want to do it and aren't passionate about it? Or would you rather have those 100 people find what they're actually passionate about doing and allow them to do that, which means they will effectively produce far, far more? Society doesn't run on art. That's absolutely true. Society does not run on art at all. But if a society cannot build itself to a sustainable position where art can be explored and created, what is the point? If you are simply trying to sustain yourself as a long-term society for the sake of continued sustenance, that is survival but not thriving. There is a very big difference between surviving and living. And I'm going to just assume that I should teleport to Camelot. If a society wants to simply survive, okay, sometimes you're in those moments. Sometimes you've just got to do that. I have been teleported to Camelot, but I have ended up over here. How? That was interesting. This is getting way too high energy for me. I need some dumb water. Why am I over here in Camelot? Oh, Catherby. Right, got Luna Catherby. I see. Cool. Darcy, I'm following you. Yet building itself to a sustainable position means productivity. It does. But then there are artistic victories in civilization, the game. It's very interesting to talk about this, because when you talk about the idea of a society that is purely run on the ability to sustain itself, to grow, but not to explore what its values are, you're effectively getting to the Borg from Star Trek. Yeah, they will outlast everything. They are incredibly... where are we going to? Charter, enter Port Phasmats. Cool. So charter this to Port Phasmatis. Okay, cool. When you talk about the idea of a society, you're a little too wise for someone less than a century old. I've done that Nicolas Cage thing, the Keanu Reeves thing of just being a lot older than I look, which I'm hoping for. I did see the bit of Nicolas Cage when he was in the gaming thing, and he's like, "Thank you for inviting me to your cool club." I'm like, Nicholas, have you played a video game? I mean, I'd hope you have. I'd really hope you have. But you're not giving me too much hope. Yes, the Borg could outlast everything. They very much could. First time here, I like your videos. Thank you very much. So what we're talking about is, we're talking about the idea of, would universal basic income improve society? I think it would put people in that society into a position where, because I think what it is people are angry that there are other people being effectively given money for doing nothing. That's what they very much hate. People hate the idea that they work really hard and they get a small amount of cash, and then they see other people doing nothing and get given more. That's what people hate, and it feels unfair. And it absolutely feels unfair. But the problem we're going to come to here is enacting change, especially on a nationwide or a society-wide scale, will at some point involve someone from the past having to face the idea that someone from the future is living a better life than they did. And that's very, very difficult to come to terms with. That's why when people say, hey, we should forgive all student loans, and other people come back with the idea of, well, I paid mine off, you should pay yours off. Okay, interesting. While that's got more complexity to it than we have time to dive into, the problem that we're looking at is, do older people want younger people to suffer simply because they suffered? Is that a plague within society? And it's really weird because I've always thought that one of the jobs or one of the kind of aspirations, if you will, of a society is to provide a better life for its children than its parents had. It's very, very interesting. It's like the idea of I suffered so you should suffer too. It's difficult to accept that is people's position, and yet when you are put into that position, it's actually very easy to fall into that mindset. I had to endure this, therefore you should as well. And if you don't endure this, then I feel hard done by. That's the problem. That is very, very problem. So if universal basic income is approved, many people will be annoyed that they had to work and yet other people are just being given money. I had to work in a warehouse for a long time, and while I am definitely not I'm not going to start playing the suffering Olympics here, because one, it's a game no one should play, and two, I'm not going to win that because I'm sure people have had it way worse than me in life. But would I be happy that someone is able to do the same job that I did but get paid more? Yeah, that'd be great. If someone could come to me and be like, hey, I'm doing the same job you did, but I'm getting paid double, I'd be like, bang on, mate, well done. Good. Your suffering doesn't vindicate my past suffering. That wouldn't work. That's not how it's going to work. I don't need someone else to go through bad times to justify me going through them. No one should need that. It is vicious that so many people dislike other people having an easier life than them. And I think it's jealousy. I think it's envy. I think it's jealousy. Someone's like, yes, the problem with universal basic income is where does the money come from? Okay, where does it go to? That's another part of that. Where does it go to? Because if you were to effectively pay someone for doing nothing, and then they go out and spend money in the local economy, it goes back into the local area. Where does it come from? Same place almost anything comes from. Ultimately, it starts the cycle of, underpaid human labor, and then gets bought by someone in a richer country. I'm nowhere near smart enough. I'm pretty sure that the economy knowledge is like down here in the bottle of smart water. So let's drink through some more and see where we get to. Yeah, jealousy. Jealousy very much. It's very much a case of jealousy, envy, and I suffered so you should suffer too, which is a horrific plague on society, unfortunately. Okay, that sip of smart water, I'm pretty sure, was entirely about medieval battle tactics. So I want to talk about the slits in the windows in castles. That was where archers could fire out of, but it was very hard for them to fire into. In fact, if you've ever been to a medieval English castle, one thing you'll understand, and this is really interesting, trebuchets or catapults? Well, a catapult if I'm not a man of culture. A trebuchet if I want to launch a, 30-kilogram projectile over 300 meters? Without a doubt. Trebuchets all the way, my friend. Let's not get caught up in the terrible catapult choices. Return to Jorrell, north of West Ardoon, with the scroll and the journal. Right, Ardo on teleport. Let's do this. Pop back to Ardy. Cool. 90 kilograms. Sorry, 90 kilograms. That's the one we need. Darcy, I will follow you. Follow Darcy. Here's an interesting fact. Have you ever been to a medieval castle or any kind of medieval structure and the steps in the stones are not the same level? Yeah, there'll be like some steps that are a bit lower, some steps a bit higher, and people have told you, oh, medieval people didn't have the technology to make flat steps. Yes, they did, without a doubt, because that technology is literally a stick with a mark on it. I'm pretty sure they had that. What they did realize, however, was that if they made the steps uneven in a specific way, the people that lived in the castle would become used to that and not fall over, and if the castle got invaded, the people trying to climb the steps who expected them to be even and then they weren't would always trip over. and it's an easier way to defend the castle. It's also why spiral staircases always go in one direction, because the majority of people were right-handed, and if you are standing at the top of a spiral staircase, fighting down, as in defending it, it's easy to use your right hand and swing a sword in a huge arc all the way down. It's very difficult if you're going up a spiral staircase and right-handed to fight when the center of the spiral block, effectively, is by your right hand. You don't have anywhere near as much reach. You need to change to your left hand and swing around, which most people had a shield in. It makes it much, much easier to defend a castle if the spiral staircase go in a way that favours a right-handed defender from the top. What is next in this smart water? Holy shit, man, I'm so clever. Oh. Scubat's middle name is Scubat-Doo, and the actual name of Shaggy is, I think it's Norville? There we go. That was about esoteric random cartoon knowledge. There we go. Done it. Didn't realise Aristotle streamed on Twitch. Is it hot where you're from? Yeah, I'm sweating so much. People are like, oh, Josh, your shirt looks a little bit sweat. It's all sweat, okay? This is soaking wet. This is all sweat. You just can't tell because I haven't moved. I'm sitting in a very specific place that you can't tell. I would never tell you this, but I'm sitting in a very, very specific way. My brother, take off the vest. I'm not wearing a vest. Do I have a fan? It's noisy, and unfortunately that would mess with the microphone. All right, talk to Jorrel. Jorrel, how's it going, dude? I'm not going to bother reading everything out because that would take absolutely ages. Oh, okay, cool. Lots of stuff happened. Let's continue to do lots of stuff and then things. Will I stream Guild Wars 2 in the near future? Why wear fancy clothes all the time? Branding, pretty much. It's the main reason. It's why if I go to a convention and people see someone wearing a white shirt and a waistcoat, they're like, oh, that's Josh. It is branding. That's all it is. It is recognizable, immediate branding. It's, I mean, even on my business cards. See? Straight up. I'd also like you to appreciate the fact that my business card looks like a YouTube video. Yeah, there we go. It's branding, without a doubt. And I am lazy. So, effectively, what is Strife my middle name? Legally, no. Although I would consider getting it changed just for shits and giggles at some point. So, what it was why is... I like how Sprite's just having a nap in the shade outside. That is so in character. Look at that. It's like, I'm gonna sit in the shade, guys, outside this and just have a little snooze going on right there. That's good. So it was branding, and I wanted to be recognizable in every stream that I do. I want someone to come to the stream and go, oh, that's a Josh stream because he's wearing a white shirt and a waistcoat. So I pretty much threw away all of my other old clothes. I only own black t-shirts, which I wear when I'm going to the gym, and white shirts and waistcoats. That's it. Yeah, it's lazy, man. It's lazy. Strife isn't my legal middle name. It's my illegal middle name. Yeah, it's my street name. Is JoshStrifeHayes my real name? Yes. And no pants anymore. Well, I own jeans, smart trousers, and what I'm currently wearing, which is pajamas. They've got Dachshunds on them. In fact, they've got Christmas Dachshunds on them because they've got Dachshunds wearing tiny little reindeer antlers. You don't believe me, do you? Can we see them? Yeah, why not? Somebody had to think I'm lying. I'm not lying. Okay. See? Little tiny Dachshunds on them. Dachshunds with little... See? Little Dachshunds with little reindeers on them. See? There we go. Little Dachshund reindeer. Bit of booty for you there as well. See? It's a good Sunday. Aren't you glad that you were here? It's going on the clip channel. I know it is. Look! They're comfy. It's warm. They're comfy. You don't make me feel bad for wearing my little Dachshund pajamas? The Zoom call style. Hell yeah. Everyone knows the Zoom call is just, you know, whatever's comfy on the bottom and just business on the top. What am I doing in the game? Talk to King Lathus in East Ardoon. Travel back to East Ardoon. I want to give a massive shout out to all the people in game who are actually now, they've got enough free time and enough patience to help me. Myth, Darcy, and who else is with us? We've got Myth, Darcy, Coco, you're already on the friends list. Who is with us who is not currently on the friends list? If you're not on the friends list, say something in game and I'll be able to add you to the list. I'm guessing Sprite. Sprite, just say hi in the chat or something in RuneScape. There we go. And I can add you as a friend because... And hey ho, there we go. Captain Cody will add you as well. What I appreciate is that way I can see your names above your heads and I get to recognize the names, and it makes it super easy for me to spot who in a crowd of people is here to help, which I appreciate. Yeah, whatever's comfy on the bottom and business on the top. That's how we work it here. That's what we're doing. You were here. When the clips were made, you were here. Came for old school RuneScape content, got some sexy reindeer jogging action. 10 out of 10 would come again. That sounds like a good TripAdvisor review for me. Right, up we go. Line up the staircase. King's over here. Talk to King Lathus. How's it going, King Lathus? Talk about the outpost. King raids the ladder. Some more quest things happen. Finishing off. Return to Jorrel north of West Ardoon with the letter to finish the quest. I will teleport back to the center of Ardoon. I have teleported back because I am lazy. Sounds like a mullet. First message. Welcome. Welcome, Big Sky. How are you doing today? Hey, Dad. How's it going? Hey, son. How's it going, Akira0737? Have you stopped walking toward your sideways parked bike in that weird camera angle yet? Because that's all you ever seem to do. Do people do pacifist runs in MMORPGs? Yeah, they do. Someone has done a pacifist run in World of Warcraft where they played as a panda and effectively leveled to maximum without ever leaving the panda starting area. There are skillers in old school RuneScape who try and max out every single skill. Sossig reporting for Sossig and Mash. You have been added. There we go. Good to catch you live. Our schedules don't agree with each other, but found you on YouTube originally. Love the vids. Oh, thank you very much, Matt. Welcome to the stream. So, Saturday streams are high energy, lots of reacting. I mean, let's be real. This has been pretty high energy anyway. Is there a way to know what world you're on? Yes. What world am I on? I'm normally on 342, but I appear to be on world 349? That can't be correct because I've only got 401 skill. I can't run that. I'm not sure what world I'm on right now. 510. 510. Thank you. I expected the stream to be way less energy. So did I. Very much so did I. I think the problem is that because of my entertainment-based background, I constantly feel that need to be on, to entertain. When did I start? I mean, I started streaming 1.5 hours ago. We're going to carry on. We're going to stream for at least 4 or 5 hours today because I need to make progress. Previously on streams, and maybe the guys in-game will be able to tell me, but I feel that I've gone on, even though I've gone on tangents talking, I feel that I've still been making progress. Congrats on the 3rd quest of the stream. I feel that I've made more progress today than I would normally make. Saturdays, I'm not going to worry about progress too much. But Sundays, we are, without a doubt, focusing on progress. We have to. Because if we don't, this quest cape's going to take like 3 years. Congratulations, you've completed making history. I'm going to be real. I couldn't even tell you what just happened in the quest. I've got no idea. I've been following Myth and Darcy and just clicking on whatever the game told me to. I have no idea. All I remember was drinking this smart water. I made history. That's what I did. I made history. Congratulations, your prayer is now 30. You talked to 3 people to learn about a battle that happened here. Darcy, you're going to have to recap every quest I do now. Appreciate it. Crafting levels 24, can now craft sapphire amulets. Sweet. Captain Cody, that's some good-looking fashion we've got going on right there. I appreciate it. And we've just had Menyar log in. Then you got King Lathus to not turn this into an alchemy lab. Okay, make it a museum. Cool, I'll take a museum. Average old-school RuneScape quest things experience. Just, you know, something random. Okay, what's next is, I believe, Mountain Daughter. So we've done making history. Next up is Mountain Daughter. Quest in the Fremenic quest series. Requirements, 20 agility, the ability to defeat a level 70 monster. Ooh, okay. We can safe spot the level 70 monster. That's fine, so I might need to take some magic for this. I'm going to need a rope, pickaxe, axe, plank, staff, pot. We can range it. All right, sweet. So where do we start this? We start the mountain camp east of Relica. Is there a bank in Relica? I think there is. No, there isn't, is there? No. Let's go to Varrock. Let's bank up, grab what we need. Then let's get everything and go and sort stuff out. So, Darcy, I will follow you. Could we walk to the bank, please? I'm going to need to get some range stuff. I'm thinking we use magic for this, because my magic level is 26 and my range level is 1. Which is the best story in video games? Soul Reaver. Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. I love it. Bring a staff you can hold this time. Yes, I will. I will bring a staff that I can actually wield. No, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver is a phenomenally fun story, without a doubt. Let's just equip the Amulet of Glory, deposit you, stick the stuff that I don't need away. May as well keep these things. Don't think I need salve graveyards. Right, so Mountain Daughter. Let's get what we need out for this. So we need a pickaxe. Bronze pickaxe. We need any axe. May as well get a bronze one. The basic one. Plank. Just basic planks will do. I'll take 2 just in case. 1 of almost any gloves. Got some leather gloves. That's fine. A staff or a pole. I can use a staff of fire. That's fine. And I may as well take some chaos runes with me. Let's take 1,000 chaos runes. And we will also take some air runes, because that allows me to... Okay, cool. Guess I'm taking a staff of air. And instead, taking a load of fire runes, which would allow me to cast, I want to say, Fire Strike. Oh, no, that's level 35. Still not there yet. I'm level 26 magic. What's the best spell I can cast at 26? You know what? Wind Bolt's fine. We'll do Wind Bolt. I will Wind Bolt the enemy to death. Might take 1,000 chaos runes should be enough. Why am I going to bank too much effort, start over? No, it's okay. We can put just this much effort in. Just this much. I need a rope, recommended items, Slayer, and combat. Do I have actually any wizard stuff? Let's take some wizard robes, because I might need it for combat. What's my current magic bonus? Attack bonus, magic plus 14. Yeah, that's fine. I don't need more than that. That should be okay. We can win with this level of magic. I don't need any more. I will keep some fish on me. That's always useful. And Myth, you want to trade with me? What are we trading, Myth? I'll take whatever you're going to give me, because I'm a filthy loot goblin. 20,000 air runes. Thanks. I mean, I'll take them. I don't know what I need them for, but I'll take them. I'm going to put them in the bank. Scammed, my friend. Scammed for 20,000 air runes. Boom. Done. Okay, unless I need... Do I get to keep the staff that I've got? Is that going to be lost in the quest? I'm going to assume that I can keep this. Am I making a YouTube video on OSRS? No, I am not. You keep it. Thank you. Thank you very much, man. Reported for scam. This is how you get rich, guys. Let me just grab a few more shark. And I need some rope. Could one of you get me a rope, please? I feel that I require... I don't think I need any coins, do I? So we can bank all the coins. Deposit all them. Could somebody please get me a rope, Myth? Thank you very much. I'm going to assume that's a rope. Beautiful stuff. Played Soul Reaver when I was a kid. Intro was burned into my memory. It is good. You need air runes. Do I need air runes? Banked all air runes. Oh yeah, air staff. Yes, I'm currently wielding a staff of air. So I can actually put my staff of fire back. I also probably don't need Excalibur. That's my main weapon, so don't need you either. Okay, cool. We've got pretty much everything we need now. Let's talk to the thing outside the mountain camp. So teleport to Camelot and then walk. What is my opinion on Himalayan pink salt? You guys are hitting all of the... you're hitting all the important vibes today. I've got some very strong opinions on Himalayan pink salt. Very strong. Actually, I'm going to have a sip of the smart water, because I think the smart water will hopefully tell me more about Himalayan pink salt. Himalayan pink salt is actually lower quality salt than a vast other amount of salt sold. It's only sold for the increase in price because of a remarkably good marketing campaign. It effectively has more impurities than other salt, which, while a negative in most kind of scientific senses, is sold as a positive in the holistic sense. People have branded it and marketed it as Himalayan pink salt as a positive, when in reality, it's just lower quality salt. There you go. Hello, first time on stream. Big fan of your YouTube content. Welcome to the stream. Never left any comment on YouTube because I never do, so I'll leave some bits here. Well, thank you very much for the bits. That's remarkably kind of you. If you don't want to comment on YouTube, that's okay. You don't have to. You lurk as much as you want. You sound salty. Table salt lamps when? I've got a salt lamp in the bedroom, and the first thing I did when I unwrapped the salt lamp was lick the salt lamp. Because if you... Look, don't lie to me. If you have a salt lamp, you've licked it. If you have to prove that it's made of salt. You don't know. You don't know. You've got to prove it to yourself. Do I think gummy bears should be less gummy and more bear? Look, don't get into this. The ratio of gummy to bear is a very, very old tradition, a long tradition. I'm going to add you as a friend. Now, you have to realize that gummy bears are tiny, and gummy worms are the size of regular worms, which paints a horrific picture of the gummy universe. Everything is inverted. No one knows the hierarchy of the gummy universe. Gumdrops of what? No one knows what they truly are. But just looking at the state of gummy sweets, it's bad, man. It is bad. No one quite knows what it is or what it isn't. I would not want to go to the gummy universe. I don't know what will be there. And then you look at, other massive gummy worms, which, let's be real, look like giant edible dildos. Who's eating them? Who's buying them? It's just a huge block of caramelized sugar. I'm just saying what you're thinking, all right? Don't come over here and be telling me, oh, I can't believe you said that. No, everyone, you've seen it, you've thought it as well. You did think it. Everyone did. Okay, so we use the rope on here to climb down. RuneScape's classic animations play. And speak to Hamal the Chieftain. Cody, could you please walk me to wherever Hamal the Chieftain is? Seems too far away for me to go. Why even make the distinction? That gummy bear music video was enough. Yeah, gummy bears are a bit weird, aren't they? They are a little bit strange. So I've been streaming for 1 hour and 45 minutes. I think what we should do before we start this quest fully is we should have a slight break to grab some more smart water. Again, not sponsored. I just have loads of the stuff because Costco was selling it for cheap. Then we continue onwards. I might grab a quick bite to eat, stretch my legs for a bit, and then carry on. We will be streaming for a long time today, without a doubt. So, hydration break, ladies and gents. Let's grab a hydration break, grab your hydration station, walk around, snack time, stretch your legs. I would say go and get some fresh air, but it is literally burning outside, so be careful if you do. All right, pizza break. Let's take a 10-minute break. I'll start the timer now. See you guys in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Well, do go somewhere, but just, come back. You can see in the chat there's some kind of argument going on about cereal, and as much as I want to stay away, I feel that I very much need to weigh in on this. Right, fill me in on the cereal argument. Where are we up to with that? I know that I said Sunday was going to be a low energy stream, and it will, but I can't allow people in the chat to be wrong. So let me just refill my cup of tea. It's tea, shut up, you don't know this. Right, hang on. What are we going on about cereal? Cereal is better with water than milk. What the fuck is wrong with you? Do I need to call someone? God's love has limits, mate. Okay? And there is a very limited amount of things that I will kick someone out of the chat for. But my God. Better with water than milk. I'm going to call everyone. Everyone. And let them know that what you said was wrong. Right. I once there was a man that added the milk to the bowl before the cereal. Right, listen, here's how it works. Only the finest smart water in my Cheerios. That's acceptable. That's understandable, you know? You want to put the... Here's what you do. You put the cereal in the bowl, then you put the milk in. You eat the cereal, and if there's milk left in the bowl, then you put the second helping of cereal in. But that's only because there's already milk in the bowl, because that milk is leftover cereal milk. The only time that it's acceptable to put cereal into the bowl after the milk is if the milk was previously used for cereal, and you're effectively having second cereal. You're allowed to do that. Anything else beyond that? No. Bad idea. I'm a fan of those cornflake bricks. I don't think I've had a cornflake brick before. Gosh, Josh saying mate is the most British thing I've ever heard. Okay, mate. Let's place cold or warm milk. Depends what the situation you're in is. Yeah. If you want some cold milk, cold milk. If you want some warm milk, warm milk. Do whatever you want. Someone just said warm milk with cornflakes. Never before have I been in a situation with so many people with wrong opinions. But it's okay. Variety is the spice of life, and sometimes we have to just accept that some people will make opinions that are, make choices that are wrong. That's okay. We can do that. Cold milk for cereal? Yeah, that will work. When does warm milk work? I mean, warm milk would just be basically like rice pudding kind of thing. If you're making rice pudding. A bit of rice, bit of milk, bit of cinnamon on top, bit of sugar. Great. Or porridge. Porridge is warm milk as well. Everyone stop having fun and just start focusing on RuneScape. This is a Sunday low energy stream. I don't want to get riled up about your milky choices. That's a sentence and a half. Look, if you like the cold milk, that's fine. If you like the warm milk, that's fine. Enjoy milk in however you want. Whatever way you want. However you want to live your life, there will be a milky choice that makes you happy. And you know what? I love that about life. But right now, we're starting the Mountain Daughter quest. We're not bothered about your milky choices. You have the spirit, says the dude. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Hamal the Chieftain. I'm sure that your quest is remarkably... I prefer some bread and ham for my breakfast. Ham sandwich is a good choice. Yeah, why not? Myth, I'm going to follow you. Could you please take me to the dig below roots over there? Mountain Daughter is a bad quest, as you say. I think this is one of those quests that I've forgotten. It might be that bad. So, okay, cool. There we go. We're out now. There are a couple of quests, because obviously I've got a quest cape. I've done them all before. Josh just made me get out of my chair and get cereal. It's a very specific superpower that I've got, but I find that it definitely helps and works. Right, use mud on the tall tree. Right, I'm going to follow Coco. Coco. It's not too bad, it's just insanely standalone and annoying for what it is. Alright, Coco, I am following you. Coco, you are following me. We ended up dancing, but that's okay. We can get past this. I like the Mountain Daughter jingle. Oh yeah, it's got one of those unique ending sounds, hasn't it? Unfortunately, Coco, you have walked off without me, and I'm now trapped inside the tent. And you know what? I'm going to do nothing to fix this, to support this at all. Is this Matt Berry? Kind of. There was an experiment where they put Matt Berry and Henry Cavill in a combination chamber and then turned the quality to low. I was what came out of that. You know, not as good as either of them, but kind of somewhat reminiscent of both. That's how it's worked out. And I've accepted my lot in life. I'm okay with that. Discount sale. Like I say, you've watched Game of Thrones, you want Richard Madden, you can't afford Richard Madden, I'll turn up. It's okay. I understand where I am in life. Maybe I should have my final bit of... Maybe this is the bottom of the smart water. Maybe this is the smart bit that I actually wanted. Maybe this is the important bit. I don't know what that taught me. Okay, use mud on Tall Tree. Some of the interactions in RuneScape make very little sense. I'm going to be real with that. Yeah, you don't even know how smart I am now. If you made a JRPG, what is one feature that you would make sure it had? Your first fight, or your first thing you would do is save a cat, and the last thing you would do is kill God. The twist is, the cat was the god. Hey, didn't expect that, did you? Maybe the first thing you do is save God, and the last thing you do is kill the cat. You know, see? Deep. It's super deep. I think that would be rather impressive. I'm not close enough to attempt that. So, use your pole or staff on the clump of rocks. Oh, so I've got to actually remove Staff of Air, use Staff of Air on clump of rocks, and then poke it. You plant your staff. Oh, okay, so we kind of vault across, do we? Then we use plank with flat stone to... Oh yeah, Darcy, you're doing this quest with me as well. So Darcy is also getting a quest cape at the same time, which I think is very impressive. Listen to the shining pool. I love the idea that Darcy is only able to help me because they are also getting a quest cape. This is beautiful. We're going to get our quest capes at the same time. That's going to be a beautiful moment, I think. A very interesting kind of community thing. The reverse RPG where the hero saves God and descends to cat-killing murder hobo. That sounds good. Oh yeah, this is the one where the father does realise that the daughter's dead. It's a very emotional quest. I'm going to spacebar through most of it because the point of the Sunday streams is to actually make progress into the game and not just be distracted by every single tangent. So you can't get me distracted. You are only here to watch a man play RuneScape. That's it. Nothing else going to happen here. When the account gets a quest cape, do we get a credit or just you? So here's what's going to happen. This account, the whole Lazy Strife experiment, if you will, I am only playing on this account on stream. I am only progressing when you guys are present. I am only progressing when... What's the next thing we do? Mountain Daughter? Where are we here? Use thing, I'm guessing. Use plank there. I am only progressing when you guys are here. Speak to Hamar the Chieftain. Sweet. So I'll follow Myth. I'm only progressing when the people in the game are effectively carrying me from place to place. So everything this account achieves is community achievements. I cannot do this by myself. So I have said that when this account gets a quest cape, and it will, I will go to the Jagex headquarters in Cambridge with an actual physical quest cape that I would have had someone make and present it to Jagex as a community achievement of getting a quest cape. Because I think that will be a community achievement when that actually happens. I think that'll be really cool. So, effectively, this is Twitch playing old school RuneScape by proxy. Imagine if the people that helped me got banned. Wouldn't put it past Jagex for that at some point, but what I like about this is this isn't just me playing RuneScape, this is us using RuneScape as a connection. That's what it is. Did I continue playing Lord of the Rings? For a bit. For a little bit. The problem is that I get people saying, did you continue Guild Wars 1? Lord of the Rings Online? Did you continue Warframe? Did you continue Dungeons & Dragons Online? Did you continue Eldeven? Did you continue Nidaitis? Did you continue everything? I physically don't have the time in the day to stream and make videos and play the MMORPGs that I want to play. It's a very difficult way to do it. So the reason that I'm adding all the people in-game that are also helping me get this quest cape is hopefully when the quest cape is achieved, I will be able to get everyone's name embroidered on the quest cape. That's kind of part of the plan. I think it'd be really cool. Did I continue Bloodlines of Prima? That shut down. There were just too many games out there. There were just way too many games out there, unfortunately. Darcy, I'm going to follow you to talk to Jockle, please. But no, the plan is prove that the community can collectively get a quest cape. Did I continue the Bouncer? I don't think you ever stop playing the Bouncer. In your heart, You never actually stop playing the bouncer. That's true. Am I planning to make a worst MMO ever about BDR, Black Desert Online? It'll be on the list eventually, but Black Desert Online is one of the more popular MMOs, which is why it's going to be on the list eventually. If I'm on a journey to find the worst MMOs of all time, I'm pretty sure that it's probably not going to be one of the top 10. Because, you know, they're still surviving and they're still there. And while I understand that when I make worst MMO ever episodes about super popular games like Lord of the Rings Online, Star Wars The Old Republic, Dungeons & Dragons Online, Guild Wars 1, when I do that, they get more views because people watch them out of anger and out of rage. But I am also aware that that is closer to clickbait than anything else I would normally do. There's a lot of bad MMOs to get through before we get to the good ones, and as much as I don't personally enjoy Black Desert Online, I can see the quality that it does have. When are you getting the Gods Walking Amongst Mere Mortals title in Guild Wars? That would be even harder than getting a quest cape. Let's be real. Now, that would be very, very difficult. The God Walking Amongst Mere Mortals title is insanely impressive and takes people literally years to get. Did I wind up giving Jamie as VIP? Oh, Jamie from yesterday, who actually stood around and ended up helping the stream for quite a while. If Jamie comes back, we definitely have to VIP him, without a doubt. I would need the details. Josh, when I'm planning to do the next book stream? No plans? I mean, I'll do it. I don't know when. What do I think about Star Wars The Old Republic going into maintenance mode? I mentioned this earlier, about the fact that Star Wars The Old Republic is now being managed by Broadsword Games, who also do Ultima and Dark Age of Camelot. I mean, Ultima and Dark Age of Camelot are not exactly often updated, but they are still alive, so I will give them that. It might be maintenance mode, though. I have no proof either way. I don't want to be quoted on it. I don't know. Did I consider PlanetSide 2? Yes. That's on the list to play eventually, don't you worry. Would I release an audiobook of the Bible? I don't think I have enough time to read all of that. Good morning, Josh. As a new viewer, your reaction to Asmon's reaction had me in tears. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I do try and react as and when I can, when I feel that I've got value to add to something. I mean, I've been watching a lot of excellent YouTube videos recently, but I just don't think I have anything to add to them, so they're not really reaction bait for me as much. Darcy, I will follow you again. Please speak to Brunt the Chieftain in Relica's Long Haul. Conquer Online. That's on the list. It's all on the list, guys. It's all on the list. Don't you worry. It's going to take a while to get there, but it's all on the list. Have I heard of Foxhole? Oh, the World War II one, the kind of top-down thing. Yes. Yes, I have. Armored Core. Armored Core I'm very excited about because Armored Core 1 was really good. Like, really good. Half of those games are going to be shut down before I get to them. Well, if they shut down after I get to them, that's just... Hey, that's just me killing more games. Now, I didn't get some food, but I did manage to get a protein cookie. And again, not sponsored, but absolutely. I'm going to have to eat on stream at some point. It's a thing I try and avoid as much as possible, but if I'm going to be streaming for like 6 hours, I'm going to need to eat at some point. No, Armored Core 1 on the PlayStation 1, on the second channel, JoshStrifePlays, where I reviewed it, I was pleasantly surprised by how bloody good Armored Core 1 was on the PlayStation. I wouldn't normally eat on stream. But this is Sunday. Rules are out the window. It's a crazy Sunday stream. I mean, I've already shown a bit of booty earlier. We've already talked about universal basic income. So we've gone from philosophy to sexy. And now we're eating. I've even told you that I'm not even drinking tea. It's not even tea in this mug. It's an energy drink. I just wouldn't tell you that. You don't need to know. You can maintain the idea that it's tea. You can think that it's tea all the time. I'll keep that quaint Englishman look going on. You've got no proof it's not, apart from the clip. I'm sorry, but you are seeing behind the curtain now, guys. I'm sorry that you had to see behind the curtain. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. That's the old saying. I will tell Spiff. You do. You tell him that. I haven't seen Spiff in ages, actually. I do miss him. He's a nice guy. Cody, I'm following you. Can you... Jagex wants their mug back. Now that you revealed it's not tea. They can have their mug back over my cold, dead body. Alright, they can fight me for it. The YouTube persona is ruined and gone. Look, there is some deep JoshStrifeHayes lore that you guys are privy to now that nobody else on YouTube knows. And it's up to Visa to choose whether he wants to make a clip of this. If he clips it, of course it becomes common knowledge. If he does not clip it, then you guys remain in the know. Cody, are you carrying your pet rock? I appreciate the fact that you can get a pet rock in RuneScape. It's one of my favourite things about the game. Man's drinking the energy potion. I am. Am I even a real Brit? Shh. Don't tell anyone. It's okay. No one needs to know. I wasn't paying attention. What did I miss? Absolutely nothing. Hang on, there's a guy behind me asking if I can hear him. Give the man a herb. Sorry, dismiss. Go away. I don't need you. Following Cody at the minute. You can have it in your menagerie with the other pets. You can. Let's climb over this rock. I don't want to talk to the dude. Sorry. I suppose I will let you pass, seeing as I can't stop you. Good. Good, over we go. And then... there we go. Made it. Follow Cody. I'll have to grab a drink. Could you start over? Look, this entire stream is just a massive thing about starting over. It's true. Potion of Awakening. I had the same pet rock on my desk. I'll tell you what I've got on my desk right now. A pair of socks. I'll tell you why they're on my desk. Because it's bloody warm. And I'll tell you why there's no cat cam. Because if there was a cat cam, it would end up being a feet cam. And I guarantee that that would be way more quality than you deserve. Right, go through the tent door into here. People are like, oh my god, can you sniff the socks? They're clean socks. They're clean. They've been hung up outside to dry, and I just put them together as a thing. Now, I understand that they are obviously kind of like a neutral kind of brownie colour on the end, which means when you flop them onto camera like that, I know it's not the best visual, but that's what's on my desk. Socks that I'm not wearing because it's absolutely bloody boiling. Examine ancient rock. Use bronze pickaxe on ancient rock. There we go. New socks on the table. Feet cam is now main monitor content. I am good to you. Return to Brunt the Chieftain in Relica's Long Hall. No, of course not. It's a different rock. It's much, much smaller. Yes, it's a much smaller rock. Myth, I'm going to follow you this time. Myth, take us back to Relica, my friend. But why do they need to be on the desk? Chocolate, that's a good question. I'll tell you why. It was because when I was setting up this stream, I thought, gonna need some socks. Brought them into the room, put them on the desk, did other stuff. The sun came out, and I thought, you know what, I'm not gonna need socks. Of all the things this stream absolutely does not require, it does not require me to be wearing socks. You already know that I'm wearing Christmas Daxon-based pyjama bottoms. I don't need to wear socks as well. I proved that earlier. Apparently, only one person at a time can climb these rocks. You've done the worst MMO ever for a while, but what is the best MMO in your opinion? I mean, the fact that I'm playing old school RuneScape in 2023 and have been for the last 17 years of my life, that's a pretty strong kind of a strong endorsement, if you will, of RuneScape. But there's lots of good MMOs. The best MMO, as I said before, is the one that you enjoy. It's the one that your friends play. It's the one that your mates play. It's the one that you have good memories in. It's the one that suits your play style. Do you want to be a space ninja? Sweet, Warframe. Do you want to be a hardcore PvPer, building your own things and killing other people for them? Albion Online. Great. Do you want to be disappointed? World of Warcraft. Whatever you want to play, the experience that you want to have, There is a game out there ready for you. Personally, I like old school RuneScape because I knew when I said it that was going to be a clip. I'm like, can I say this? Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's the clip. That's the one right there. That's a clip of Visa's going to be eating steak for a week on that one. Oh, okay. Ask about the mountain camp. Come on, mate. I brought you back a rock. I feel called out. World of Warcraft succeeded because it was an absolute behemoth at the time that it released. It released exactly when it needed to. Return to Svidi, who roams in the forest east of Relica. Right, Cody, I'll follow you again, my friend. Lazy Joris. I want to add you as a friend, Lazy Joris. You're added now. You're involved. You're important. You are here. Glad to catch a Josh stream. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. What is my thoughts on the recent announced Amazon Nexon MMO? I'm not getting interested or hyped up until they release, to be honest. Because getting hyped is draining. Really draining. What dead MMO do I wish would come back from the dead? Otherland, without a doubt. Otherland had so much visual potential. It was absolutely insanely interesting. It was such a journey to finish Otherland as far as we possibly could, and the entire development history of that was just insane. But if you want people who actually played lots of MMOs, Star Wars Galaxies, I know people want to come back, people want WildStar back. As silly as it sounds, kind of RuneScape 2. Because there was a period of time when RuneScape wasn't RS3 or OSRS, and I liked that period of time quite a lot. But yeah, Otherland was an insane adventure that we all went on together. And man, Sprite, I'm going to follow you this time. Sprite, I am following you. Could you please take me to top of White Wolf Mountain and pick the thorny bush while wearing gloves? All right, let's do this. Sprite, you're being attacked by a thing. Yep, cool. I'll take the teleport to Catherby. Thank you very much. Right, Sprite, lead me to the thorny bush. RS2 was a golden era right next to this one. Yeah, absolutely. You should always wear gloves when you pick the thorny bush. Life advice, right there. That's what people come to this stream for. People play Galaxies, but CD, yeah. Galaxies, Star Wars Galaxies is... I'm sure there are still some versions of it going somewhere. Did anything come of the tweet you made offering to speak to classes about the realities of content creation? I've actually done that a couple of times before. I've video called into a game design class hosted in Canada, and I've spoken to a couple of students about wanting to create MMORPGs. I am more than happy if someone is involved in an education kind of capacity to talk to students about the reality. I mean, I've actually gone back to my university and I've said to them, hey, I've managed to succeed in a rather weird way. I've done well on Twitch and YouTube, and even though I was studying performing arts in uni, none of my course touched on YouTube, on Twitch, on being self-employed, on any kind of video content creation. Pretty much all of it just touched entirely on... I'm going to run past these guys because if I don't, I'm going to die. Pretty much all of it just touched on... it's so weird you can run straight up there. Pig from Thorny Bush. Sweet. Eat the white pearl. Eat the white pearl and spit out the seeds when you're done. Return to Hamal the chieftain in the mountain camp. So back to Camelot. And off we pop. Alright, cool. We've done that, back off to Camelot. I've spoken to my university several times saying, hey, the degree never actually touched on this. Lazy Jones, I'm following you this time, my friend. Lazy Joris, sorry. I've offered to come back and talk to the students about the reality of it, but they never took me up on that. They kept saying, yeah, that'd be great, and then just never bothered. Lazy Joris, I am following you. Can you please walk me back to the mountain camp? There we go. Do performing arts degrees have an adult performance module? You know, as silly as that sounds, actually, one of the guys in, I think it was the year above me or the year above them, sat down with the professors and the kind of lecturers and said, can we submit effectively porn as our dissertation piece? And there was a really interesting discussion because everyone involved was, of course, over 18. So they said, well, technically, as long as if you do a filmed final presentation, some people do make like short student films, provided that the film had everything kind of lighting-wise, plot-wise, camera work-wise, editing-wise, behind-the-scenes stuff, would that be acceptable? And I think there was actually quite a long debate about whether that should be allowed or not, until eventually the university stepped in and went, no, please don't do that. But it was really interesting that it ended up being a debate for quite so long. But the idea of adult performance within the actual course itself is, when does nudity effectively kind of jump over that line and become sexualized nudity? Because you've got the play that Daniel Radcliffe was in, Equus, where he effectively appears naked on stage because of the animalistic connection between horse and rider. That's the point of the Equus play. And people went to go and see that simply because it was a famous actor appearing naked on stage. But that's one of those really complicated kind of discussions where you have to say, does this artistically improve the thing? I'll tell you what I dislike, what I really dislike. I really dislike random sex scenes in movies that don't need them, because it very much takes me out of the experience of the film. I was watching, I love horror films. I have a massive thing for horror films, and I love a good horror film. And what I hate is halfway through a really scary horror film is just, oh, here is the lead actress naked. Here is the lead actress topless. Here is the lead man topless. They're going to have a makeout scene for the next 5 minutes. And I'm kind of sat there thinking, this is the opposite of the vibe that you were going for. This entire scene is antithetical to the experience you want me to have. You very much do not need makeout scenes, nudity, or sex in films that you don't use that to drive the plot forward with. And I think it's very much a lazy kind of way of making films. It's very much a lazy way of saying, well, we want this actress to appear topless because we know that's going to get views. And I think it very much takes me out the action. It's what I like is if a film wants to imply it, that's fine. And I don't want to come across as just being super prude here and being like, oh, no one should ever see anybody topless. No, I mean, there's of course a place within art for all of this, but I don't think that it's supporting as much as it is ruining a lot of art. So yeah, it very much irritates me when you have random makeout scenes. If you want to imply that two characters have slept together, okay, great. You don't need to dedicate 10 minutes to showing it on screen. You could instead dedicate effectively 10 minutes to showing anything else that's going to improve the general vibe of the film. What was the film I was watching recently? Really, really good film. Horror film, interesting one. Oh, I'm going to have to... It was on Shudder, the series about it. Someone will remember. It's about a dream experiment where the lead actress goes to a sleep experiment place, and they effectively have a machine that can visualize what you see in your dreams. And it turns out that no matter how many people they do this experiment on, all people ever visualize in their dreams is this super creepy kind of black figure of a guy standing there just staring at you. It was interesting. It was... What the hell was that name of that film? It wasn't super popular, but it was scary. Anyway, it was very, very creepy about kind of super weird, unknown, impossible nightmares coming to life. Effectively, sleep terrors being a universal human experience. And halfway through, there's like a 10-minute scene where the lead actor and the lead actress just sleep together. And I'm kind of thinking, I was really scared up until this point. Really scared up until this. How many writers do you have to write your bits? Red Fox, do you mean right now streaming or when I'm making YouTube videos? Ugh. Are we talking right now or are we talking the YouTube videos? Because if it's the YouTube videos, I write everything. That is me, genuinely. Is it Come True. That was it. Pressed Man. It's called Come True, the film. May all your dreams come true. That's where it's from. Yeah, really good film. Excellent film. Incredible visuals, great soundtrack, good acting, really good cinematography, right up until the random sex scene halfway through. That kind of killed it. And then the end of the film, solid ending, strong ending. Good film apart from that. Very much. But yeah, thank you for grabbing the name of that. But no, I write all my own videos. Everything. It takes a long time, and I'm sure that I've probably reused a joke here and there, but I write all my own stuff. That's why some of it sucks. Got a response so quickly from a popular streamer, unheard of. Ricky, I try and read everything, man. I mean, there's no point streaming if I'm not going to read the chat and, interact with you guys and hang out. From a popular... Call me a popular streamer, you babe. Flattery will get you everywhere. Pop up primetime now, none of your stuff sucks. Hey, it does. Trust me, some of it is bad. Sometimes I watch my own videos back and I'm like, this is crap. But then I realize that I've had to spend the last couple of days writing it and editing it and making it, and I think to myself, if I've had to suffer, so do the audience. And then I put the video out and everyone hates it. And that sustains me. I feel like as Game of Thrones was super good in the early seasons, yeah, everyone's like, oh, everyone's got to have sex in it now. The sex in Game of Thrones was used to tell the story because it was very much about the relationships between the characters. Joris, I'm following you. Could you please return to the center of the pool and listen to it with me? Be amazing if Josh wrote all his videos, but for streams he's reading from an AI teleprompter. I wish I had an AI teleprompter to read from. Joris, I'm following you here. I liked all your videos. Hey, some of them suck. I'm in the middle of writing a video that I keep redrafting because I can't get it right, but here's the crux of the argument. I don't like cosmetics in MMORPGs. And the reason I don't like them is from a very, very narrative-based perspective. Here's the argument that I'm trying to make, and I'm trying to work out the best way to put this into words. When you see an item, a visual, in an MMORPG. Let's just do it right now. Let's just take what we've got in the stream. We've got quest caves, we've got fire caves, we've got the Book of Fire, we've got the Armadillo Godsword. When you see something in-game, that visual has a journey attached to it. It has a history, it has a story, it has a weight, if you will, behind it. So everything that everyone is wearing right now, even down to the rainbow boots, if you play the game, you know where those things came from. The emote that's being performed right now by the Quest Cape, that itself is, it's almost like a manifestation of the journey that person has gone on. And that's what I respect and I love about it. When you take the ability to cosmetically override anything to look like anything else, the visuals no longer have a journey attached to them. In World of Warcraft, there is the mount, the Lucid Nightmare. When you see someone with the Lucid Nightmare, I got the Lucid Nightmare back in Warcraft. When you see someone with the Lucid Nightmare, that has narrative weight to it. It actually has gameplay weight to it. You know that they had to go and do that to get the Lucid Nightmare. And if you've got it in game, you know what I went through to get it. And that, I think, is one of the big community elements. You know what I went through. And if I see you with it, I know what you went through. There's almost a connection between the community when you see something that you recognize. But when you have the ability to make anything look like anything else, what you suddenly have is you remove the journey from the visual, and instead you are now simply saying, hey, this looks aesthetically interesting, let's put it in. And it can look aesthetically gorgeous, but it can be narratively empty. And that's what I think I dislike it for. I very much dislike when something looks visually pretty, but has no narrative weight, no in-game weight to it. Sometimes it is important for cosplay, but, I mean, for example, if you see the Helm of Nature's Knot in old school RuneScape, you know that someone has completed the quest to go and get it, the Fremennik Trials and Fremennik Isles. That helm has a story behind it and a journey attached to it. If in RuneScape 3 you simply visually override whatever helmet you're wearing to look like the Helm of Nature's Knot, you don't know that that journey has happened. And while I understand this is almost a very selfish way to look at it, when I see something in game, it makes me feel connected to the game if I know where it came from. When I see something and I'm like, oh yes, this came from there, this came from there, this came from there, it makes me feel involved in the world. The problem is, when I see something in the game that looks cool, and I say, oh, I know where that came from, it came from the shop, it takes me out of the game. It makes me think, right, where is that cool cosmetic from? Is it from an adventure? Is it from an experience? Is it from an achievement within the game? No, it's from the shop. And that takes my mind away from the adventure that I was hoping to have and toward the go and pay more money to look cool. The problem with this is also, when you add in cosmetics and stuff like that into the game, there is a temptation, a very big temptation, to add in silly cosmetics because people buy them. Terra did this a lot with, oh, let's just have a car in the game, a silly little car. Let's have the players wear the mobile gear from Attack on Titan. And you add a silly cosmetic in. RuneScape 3 is the worst for it. You add a silly cosmetic in and people buy it because it's just silly. It's okay, it's just one. It's just one silly cosmetic. It's not going to start a landslide. But it does, because it's immersion breaking and people want sillier and sillier and sillier. And eventually, unfortunately, if you use your game to tell a joke, eventually, over enough time, your game becomes a big joke. And it's only funny to the people who have been there from the start. Because when you join the game brand new and you see all these jokes, you realize that you're joining a massive in-joke that you're not a part of, and the game itself has lost the direction from what it effectively started as. Which I think is, yeah, it is silly and strange and unfortunate, but I'm having a very hard time working out how the hell I turn that into a script. I've written and re-scripted it several times. I think the truth is, I don't yet understand it enough within my own head to make writing a script on it valuable. Coco, I will follow you. So, Coco, could you please lead us back to the cut through the trees northeast of the lake and enter the cave, bring combat gear. Okay, cool, combat gear it is. If I'm not able to understand and explain enough of what I'm doing with it, then I go back and I rescript and I rescript and I rescript and I try and work everything out. I can see that we have Hex joining us. Hex, good evening to you. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. What are we discussing writing a script for? We're discussing writing a script about any of my opinions in MMORPG, because I've got the secondary kind of series on the main channel of MMO Opinion about design choices within MMOs. And one of the issues that I am going to face eventually is, have any of you watched the YouTube channel Every Frame a Painting? Because ultimately what happened was Every Frame a Painting ultimately stopped making videos because they had said what they needed to say. They had explained everything. They're like, all right, cool, here's my opinions, here's why I think it, here's what you need to know, go and do your own with it. They stopped, and they were a brilliant channel because they stopped before they kind of overran themselves. I'm going to chop down this tree and see if I can walk past it. There we go. Right, I've got to go and kill the thing in the cave now, so I might need to focus slightly on this. But the problem with me making lots of MMO opinion videos is eventually I'm going to run out of stuff that has any relevance or weight to say. Now, I like gaming news channels as much as the next person, but let's be real, sometimes they put out articles that effectively say nothing. Don't they? This, I think, is an instance, so I'm going to need to do this myself. Sometimes gaming channels, and MMO news is absolutely, not free of this. Sometimes they put out stuff and you're reading it and you're like, what the hell was the point of this? What on earth is this about? This is pointless. I don't ever want to get to the point where I'm making videos purely for the sake of making videos. If my video has nothing to say, I just won't make it. And people have said to me, oh, you used to make 3 videos a week. Yeah, I did. I had a lot of stuff to say. Oh, but now you only make 1 video a week. Well, yeah, that's because I've said what I want to say, and now I'm focusing on quality over quantity. It's difficult to... Can we have to attack the Kendall? Speak to the Kendall, then kill him. The Kendall! Hey, Kendall, how's it going, bro? Who dares disturb my slumber? That's just me, mate. So this is basically a mini-boss, and I have to fight. Look like a man in a bear suit. It is basically a man in a bear suit. So I'm going to fight the man in the bear suit. And after fighting the man in the bear suit... There's a great plot to this. I'm just not reading you in on it because Sunday is all about making progress, to be honest. Sunday is about making progress. Now we attack the Kendall. Can I attack the Kendall? There we go! Beautiful. RuneScape combat the way it was intended. I just got here. What did I miss? Pretty much everything. Go back and watch the entire VOD. It's okay. Yep. RuneScape combat the way Andrew Gower intended it to be. Progress. So yes, here's what the plan is. What's Lazy Man Mode? I will fill you in on that in a second. If you were here yesterday for the Saturday stream, what you may notice is that most of my streams are very high energy. I talk a lot. I react to chat a lot. I try and always be entertaining. If you have longer than 5 or 6 seconds worth of silence, that's dead air. Nobody wants more than 5 or 6 seconds worth of silence. I try as hard as I can to always be entertaining. Like the film Glengarry Glen Ross. A-B-E. Always be entertaining. But that's draining, man. I can't keep that up for more than 2-3 hours. So Sundays are a much more chilled out stream. Much more chilled out. Much more relaxed. You know, I'm not too bothered about being on, if you will, every Sunday. I'll still stream, but I won't always be as bloody focused as I normally am. So what's Lazy Man Mode? Allow me to explain. Okay, I mean, yeah, I struggle to keep going for longer than 2 hours. That's a problem that I've got. I'll admit that. I'm strong enough to admit that as a man. If your stream lasts longer than 4 hours, go and see a doctor, as I said earlier. But here's what I'm focusing on with this. I would rather on Sunday we make some actual progress in the game. This is about progress, so I'm going to be focusing on the game, not reading the in-game text as much. Lazy Man Mode, that's what I was explaining. Lots of streamers are way more skilled than I am at RuneScape, old school RuneScape specifically. You got Boaty, you got Swampletics, you got Only Trails. These guys know RuneScape like the back of their hand, and they prove their mastery. I'll follow you, Cody. They prove their mastery of the game by limiting what they can do and showing how good they are. I cannot put in as much effort to limit myself, so instead of even trying, I've gone the other way. I am doing as little as possible as I can. So I'm not clicking to walk, I am following people. I am not an Iron Man, so if I need to get an item, you have to give it to me. I am not grinding for any money, I'm not grinding for any items, you just have to give me the stuff. I want as little as possible. Effectively, what I'm doing is outsourcing the work of getting a quest cape, filling in every single quest in the game, to you. You might wonder why there's an army of people following me around. That is so they can kill all the enemies, they can give me food. I've been in a boss fight, I've taken a step back, someone has jumped in between me and the boss to prevent the boss following me, somebody else has traded me food, I've eaten and then gone back to the boss. This is like trying to finish RuneScape with Uber and a private army at your beck and call. That's what this is. This is, I call it Lazy Man Mode, but I suppose it's Carry Man Mode? Streamer Man Mode? Yeah, some people said it's Asmon Golding. 500,000 subs changed you. It did. It really did. As soon as I hit 500,000 subs, I'm like, not gonna put any more effort into this. I'm over now. Game journalist mode. I mean, I would hope that I am at least slightly better at the game than the average game journalist. But yeah, I'm outsourcing pretty much all of the work to you. What is the point in streaming if I can't exploit my audience? What is the point? If I can't use your effort, what's all this been about? People are going, oh, it's game journalism. Look, I've finished Cuphead, okay? So at least I've got that going for me. I thought God Hand was good. So, you know, I'm better than IGN straight away. Right, let's continue talking to this dude and explain that his daughter unfortunately died. Hey, the Kendall's not a god, it's a man in a bear suit, and your daughter's dead. Sorry about that. Cuphead was 10 years ago, though. When did Cuphead come out? Hang on. Cuphead release date. That wasn't 10 years ago. Cuphead came out in 2017. What are you on about? That was 6 years ago. That's much better. Okay. We haven't yet got to the stage where Cuphead is 10 years old. I was genuinely very... Do you want to feel old? Do you all want to feel old? Okay. Someone asked me a question yesterday. They said, what is the best time period for video games? And I said, well, in the history of, like, the Earth, maybe the last 100 years has been pretty damn good for video games. But then someone said, what about the last 20 years? Well, the last 20 years would mean that games from 2002 are not included. And in 2002, you had Time Splitters 2, you had Grand Theft Auto Vice City, you had Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos. People said to me that, 20 years ago was like N64, SNES. No, it wasn't. It was PS2. It was a decent era of PS2. Time Splitters 2 came out 21 years ago. Back in my day, we wore an onion on our belt, which was the fashion at the time. Collect 5 muddy rocks. Ra PVM, it's good to see you in game, man. How have you been? Ra, could you please walk me to some muddy rocks? They are north of where we are now. Sup, Josh? I'm feeling I'm feeling old. Hey, man. How old is Red Alert 2? Don't do this. Don't do this. All right. Eleanor TTV, please don't. I'm being a baby playing Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank on the PS2 was amazing. All right, no one will ever convince me otherwise. Ratchet and Clank was absolutely fantastic. Let's grab some muddy rocks. I used to be with it. Then they changed what it was. Now it is scary. But yeah, I did used to be with it. Now I'm not. Ratchet and Clank were brilliant. In fact, Ratchet and Clank might be one of the next videos I need to do for the Was It Good series. In fact, I've got a list of games on my phone that I want to cover for the next Was It Good on my second channel. I can tell you what they are. That's fine. So the next Was It Good games that I'm deciding between are Jade Cocoon, Heart of Darkness, Twisted Metal, 40 Winks, Chaos Legion, Shadow Man, Akuji the Heartless, Incredible Crisis, Digimon World on the PS1, Abe's Odyssey, Machine Hunter, Shadow Master, Chaos Break, Fatal Frame, Wild 9, Cloner, Daughter Phantomil, Nightmare Creatures, and Drakan the Ancient Gates. So there's a load more that's coming up. We've got loads more to go. I see that we're Gandicapped. What a great name. Gandicapped is trading. So 5 million coins. Okay, I'll take that. Thanks. It's very kind of you. That's how you do it, guys. That's how you do it. People are like, hey, how do you make money on old school RuneScape? Just wait. People just give you money. It's okay. You're welcome. Well, thank you very much. You are very, very... So, okay, let me explain what I'm actually going to do with this. Ra PVM, I'm following you. Could you please speak to Ragnar? He's up on the top. I'll follow Darcy because Darcy... Hang on, Darcy's actually on the quest. Allow me to explain what's going to happen with all the money I get given. It's all going to go into the bank, and then when this quest cape finally finishes, when this account gets a quest cape, I will do a drop party of everything. Absolutely nothing is being transferred to my main account. Nothing is being sold, nothing is being real world traded. As soon as I've got the quest cape, pretty much everything gets dropped. Everything gets redistributed to the community, and if you aren't on for the drop party, I'm sorry, but you'll have missed it. I will make sure I give people as much warning as I can for the drop party. Keep the tea. I might keep the tea. Is there something that makes you flawed? You are too perfect. I am remarkably weak to kryptonite. That's pretty much it. If you're ever in a business interview and they say, what is your biggest weakness? Please say kryptonite. I love, it's such a great business question. So what's your biggest weakness? Why would I tell you? As soon as I tell you, you're just not going to employ me. I'm not going to tell you that I just don't have any desire to wake up and do this job for you, am I? I'm not, I mean, not streaming. I love streaming, but if I'm working at a different job, they're like, what's your biggest weakness? Oh, I've got to motivate myself to get here every day. You know, I'm only going to work as hard as I have to work and then just go home. That's my, I'm not too much of a hard worker. Probably going to get distracted, that kind of stuff. What do you want me to say? Return to the center of the lake and bury the corpse. So we now have corpse of woman. If you had corpse of woman and Anna in a barrel at the same time, you would be carrying 2 actual humans with you. That's... I didn't realise that you could do that in RuneScape, but apparently you can. Remove the Staff of Air and use Staff of Air on a clump of rocks. You could also get Xanax, you have a goblin. That's... In fact, yeah, summoning's kind of already in old school RuneScape, but in a really roundabout way. Speaking of old PS1 games, Legend of Dragoon. Okay, so I touched on this a while ago. I very much want to cover more RPGs on my secondary channel. The problem with covering RPGs is they take an absolute age to play and then to write scripts for. It's difficult. You dig a hole in the ground and then bury the corpse. All right, cool. Then we use the muddy rocks on the burial thing. Stick 5 down. Ah, my little corpse. Congratulations, you complete Mountain Daughter. Hey, fantastic. Speaking of RPGs, Persona. I have never played any of the Persona games. I'm sorry. If you want to leave, you can. It's okay. I won't hold it against you. But I've heard they're good. Oh, damn, son. Look, I'm sorry. It just happens sometimes. Sometimes it just happens. Didn't we have a member of Twitch staff in here earlier? Are you still here? What brings you to the stream? Are you wondering why thousands of people are watching some guy play a medieval clicker simulator? Are you wondering why I'm able to put basically no effort into doing the stream? Is that what it is? So they're like, so there's a guy playing RuneScape and he's doing nothing. Oh, really? How does that work? He just puts out all of the efforts to the community. Right, so we've done this. We've done this. Let me go and bank the money. Darcy, well done for also finishing the quest. By the way, Darcy is also doing the Questcape thing with me at the same time. Okay? Also making sure. Black Knight is free to play if you want to do it on a free-to-play world. We could do it on a... I mean, if we do it on a free-to-play world, it would effectively give you guys, if you want to join us in RuneScape, a couple of minutes to come and join. Is there anyone in the stream right now who would specifically want to join if we did the quest on a free-to-play world instead of doing it on a members world? In fact, the next quest is Doric's quest. So we'll do Doric's quest now, and then we'll do the next thing on a free-to-play world. Is Doric's quest free? I actually can't remember whether this is free or not. Is Doric's quest... It's free. Yeah, sweet. Okay. Pretty sure you've done Doric's quest. Let me double check. Check under the D's. I've done Doric's quest. My bad. Okay, Black Knight's Fortress. Sweet. Black Knight's Fortress. I require some stuff. Let's go to Varrock. So teleport to Varrock, grab the stuff, and we'll hop over to a free-to-play world. So yeah, we'll let some of you guys join us if you want. Which world should we do this on? What's a good free-to-play world? Sprite wishes to trade with me. What are we trading, Sprite? I'll take it, whatever it is. I'm almost done with your 3.5-hour reaction. I'm sorry. Keg of beer. I'll take a keg of beer. Thank you very much. And N says 335. Okay, give me a second. We will jump out and log to World Switcher. 335, is that a free one? Group Iron. I suppose we could jump to 335. It's pretty chill. What about Group Iron? I'm trying to look for some wilderness stuff. Wilderness. I kind of want like a world that's not anything specifically, but also basically English, because then it would be less lag for me. 380. 380. That's pretty good. We can do world 380. So let's just jump onto the pre-stream. I'll hop over to 380. I always take the overlay off whenever I'm changing worlds, just in case. We'll do 380. If you want to come and join us at World 380, you are more than welcome to. I think I'm wearing a couple of members things that I'm not going to be able to use too much on this, but yeah, we're on World 380 right now. You want to hop over? We'll wait for anyone who wants to come and be involved. Can you imagine if it's a PvP world? Oh, imagine. I hope it's not. Hey, Apocalypse is back as well. We've got everyone here. Fantastic. Right. Myth wishes to trade. Myth, are we still trading? I'll accept a trade. You can't do members' activities in a free world, even if you have membership. That is true. Oh, you're giving me all the things I need for this. Is that a cabbage from the correct place? Because remember, you need a cabbage that's absolutely, definitely not from the other place. It can't be a cabbage from... Is it Draenor? It's gotta... You cannot trade the cabbage. Is it the specific cabbage? Which one is it? I love how RuneScape allows you to play on any server. You know what? RuneScape was one of my first MMOs, so when I started playing World of Warcraft and people were like, oh, which server are you on? I kind of thought, it doesn't matter, does it? Surely you can just jump over and be involved. So it's not the Draenor Manor ones. Right, so you can't use Draenor Manor. Can we get one from the monastery that is north? Can we do that? Edgeville Monastery cabbage is close. You know, I'm going to eat this cabbage to make sure we don't use it. And I'm going to bank. So, Ra, could you please walk me to the bank? Because I very much need to put this 5 million away, just in case. Firezone Zenith says, hi Josh. Hi Firezone Zenith. How are you today? Hopefully you're having a lovely day. Hopefully you're not melting like I am in this ridiculous heat. Right, let's bank. And let's chuck the 5 million away, taking our cash stack to 11 million. Fantastic. Probably don't need the members' teleport tablets because, you know, they're members and we can't use them. We might need some food, so sharks are members. I actually forgot that sharks are members. What is good food that's not members? I want to say lobsters, which we apparently don't have any of. Swordfish, are they members? Yeah, not members. There we go. Sweet, got some swordfish. Just in case we get attacked, and I will deposit the beer keg. Yes, we are back in free to play again. Good old free to play. Now I can see that some people are here who I don't have their names displaying above their heads. If you would like to be kind of involved in this run, in the legend, if you will, of us doing this, please just type something in the chat, and I'll be able to add you as a friend, because we've got. Yeah, I can add a couple of friends. I'm being traded. I want to make sure that everyone that's helped out even a little bit is remembered. I like how you put 1 coin in and then bumped it up to 258k. Like, okay. Do I need 258k specifically? Is that your money? You've accepted? Okay, it'll go in the bank. Thanks. I don't know why I'm taking it. I don't know why you're giving it me. But you know what? I've been conditioned as a streamer to always accept gifts. That's just a thing that we have to do. Ensker says, Josh, I have the cabbage. Fantastic. Thank you very much. That is going in the bank. That will be dropped at some point. He can't teleport to Falador. No, I cannot. So, speak to Ceramic Vase. Canna, I'll follow you. Canna, hang on. Why are we doing all this trading? You know what? That's too much effort. That's too much thinking for me. Don't think, just trade. Just take it, just trade. Blood. Are we good? Sparrowhawk. Is there a specific thing with that number? Now let's just, let's go with add more. Is there a very specific thing? Because that was the exact number of coins again. Is there a specific thing? I mean, interesting. Never mind, I didn't see it. Right, let's go. So, Canna, I will follow you. Canna, could you please walk to Falador? I would appreciate that. Canna, let's take the ground cabbage. Oh, hang on, take the cabbage. There's too many cabbages. I've got too many cabbages. Oh, God, no. I've got to pick them all up. Is that a regular staff of air? Yes, it is. All right, cool. Are they Draenor cabbages? Draenor cabbages are good. We definitely need... You know what, Lazy Jones... Lazy, I'll follow you. I've now got enough cabbages. Let's go to Thingy. My cabbages. Right, we're all here. Draenor... Hang on. Draenor cabbage bad. I cannot trust any of you. I'm going to eat these cabbages, and then I'm going to get my own cabbage. I don't trust any of you. Basically, this quest needs you to have a very specific cabbage. Or, more specifically, it needs you to not have a very specific cabbage. Joris, would you please walk me to the monastery that is just east of where the quest happens? Because I can't trust any of you to give me the correct cabbage. I'm sure some of you probably want to help out. I can't trust you. Right, so Chubbs and Silena's with us as well. You can trust me. You say that. I don't know. Can you add me? I went over to the monastery for those. Yes. Yes, I can. Look, if you did that, I'm sorry. Darcy's also involved. We've got, I'm a shell. Let's just have a look at everyone that's with us. We have a lot of people walking with us now. I'm just here for the ride. That's fine. I will add you as well. You're involved in this now. Everyone to the wilderness. I will trim everyone's armor. What happens if you have the wrong cabbage? You fail the quest. I don't trust any of you to give me the correct cabbage. So, unfortunately, I have to actually make sure... What a great advert for RuneScape. Look at all the bots. Oh, that is the free-to-play experience right there. If you're watching Jamflex, get banning. Those are not bots. Someone just really likes that name. That's bots, Jagex. I mean, to be fair, I can't really talk, seeing as I look exactly the same. It's the legendary PKer 552. Much better than the previous 551 PKers. Much better. You should be worried about them. Right. Pick cabbages. Let's take a couple of these, just in case. Thank you, Lazy Joris. Right. Lazy, I trust you. Lazy, will you please walk us to Falador? Can't believe that so many people find this so entertaining. If I knew that I could put so little effort into playing RuneScape, I would have done this years ago. Just so long ago. Rot says hello. I'll say hello to Rot. There we go. If it was so easy to just... Hello, Mr. Streamer. Matter, you get added as well. I may need to remove people when we get closer to the actual quest cape because, you know, there are going to be hundreds of people who've helped me get here. But what an experience. What an experience of just completing RuneScape by doing as little as possible. It'd be interesting to know how many times I've actually clicked to do this. I didn't realize that I could effectively abuse your labor this easily. Have I ever been walked into a trap? Nearly. When I was starting this, someone tried to walk me to the wilderness. When I started this entire stream, this entire idea, I was much stricter with the I can't do anything rules, as in I can't walk a single square, I can't pick up a single item, I must get given everything, I must get carried everywhere. And as funny as that was to watch, what that ended up happening was... Hang on. There we go. Add friend. What ended up happening when I was being super strict with the rules was it actually wasn't as fun. It was challenging, but ironically less lazy, because it was really hard to wait for people to come and do everything. So I think what we've done now, we've actually found a nice balance now of laziness with just enough personal responsibility and involvement that it's still watchable. That's what it is. Someone said, nice cup. Thank you. It's the one I took from Jagex. So yeah, if I was just being 100%, you know, I have to do everything by myself, no, I have to effectively outsource the work all to you, it was taking a lot longer. Yeah, so there are moments when I have to say, right, I'm just going to click on that person now. The point is, I cannot make progress on this account without your help. I only play this account when I'm streaming, and I only follow people, and I mean, climb up staircase. I will click that because it's close enough. But I will only make progress when I'm on stream and I've got you guys to help me. It's efficient laziness. So when the Questscape happens, this will be one of the first, I believe, community by proxy Questscapes. So yeah. Do all your vests have different colours on the back? I mean, this one right now has got a nice light blue colour, unless I was to fully turn around where it's got a dark sweat patch colour. Because England today is hotter than the sun. That's why I'm staying very focused forward. I mean, you might think this shirt looks a little bit sweaty. No, it's a lot sweaty. It's all sweat. That's what it is. But I've got to make sure I'm focusing very, very far forward right now. This guy is crowdsourcing a Questscape. Yes, I am. I am one... So, can we just take a moment to appreciate Fat Bill? I don't know why, that's just the best. I appreciate the fact that you've got like full Torva and a badass hammer and badass shoes, and then we've just got Fat Bill. I would not want to run into Fat Bill in the wilderness. He scares me more than anything else right now. Alright, cool. Also, if you aren't a big RuneScape fan, you might not know that every single Falador Knight has a joke name, which is why his name is Ceramic Vase. Every Falador Knight has a joke name. Apart from these ones. These ones are just called White Knights. What they do is they wait until Milady is in trouble, and then the vigorous tipping of the fedoras begins as they go off to save them. Right, let's start the Black Knight's Fortress quest. Let's do this. Fat Bill is a danger to man and God. In many ways, he is a god. Okay, so what are we doing now? We are... Enter the Black Knight's Fortress. Be prepared for multiple level 33 Black Knights to attack you. So, climb down staircase. Let's do this. I need to be wearing the Iron Chain Body, the Bronze Medium Helm, and I'm sure there was something else. Bronze Helm, Iron Chain Body, and... Oh yeah, Cabbage, that's it. So we've got the Cabbage. We've got all the Cabbage. This is the most people who have ever gone to do Black Knight's Fortress. Darcy, I'll follow you this time. Darcy, could you please walk me to the Black Knight's Fortress? Thank you very much. Oh, the Falador Massacre. Yep. 6 of the 6 of the 6, never forget. Mr. Streamer, what world are you on? It's a good question, guys. What world are we on right now? 380. Bloody hell. It's a lot of people. 380. 380. Aaron, you did get there. I will even add you as a friend. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the most amount of people that I think have gone to do the Black Knight's Fortress quest in one go. Hot drinks are a good idea on a hot day. Yes, they are. In fact, I'll probably take another quick water break before we fully start the Black Knight's Fortress quest. We'll get there, and then we'll be like, right, water break. In fact, I've got another bottle of Smart Water. I don't know what I'm on about. Another bottle of Smart Water here. Maybe this one contains the knowledge I need. Bottle of water, as the British say. That sip was just knowledge about grammar and syntax and about when you should use a semicolon. Basically, Smart Water contains knowledge, or knowledge as the English say, and every sip you learn more. I'm hoping that by drinking lots of Smart Water I become lots of smart. That's my plan. I love me a good semicolon, when the author could have chosen to end a sentence but didn't. That's pretty much the explanation for that. When they could have chosen but not. Makes me become more better. It does. It makes me become more think. You know? Smart Water is when I want to be smart. Energy drinks are when I want to be stupid faster. That's how it works. When the ADHD kicks in and you just can't end the sentence. No, the ADHD kicks in when I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna randomly focus on this one topic for the next 3 weeks and then just completely forget about it. That's what it's going to be. Alright, cool. So we need to go into the Black Knight's Fortress. That means running past over to here. And open the sturdy door. Alright, cool. In we pop. And then we go through here. I'm just following the directions now. And then up the things. Darcy, are you doing this with me as well? Darcy, are you... Have you not done Black Knight's Fortress? I'm sorry. How many people are coming with me to try and do this? I feel very strong. I feel I've got like the best kind of bodyguards in the world right now. I'm going to speedrun this quest if I can. So then we go through over here and then down this ladder. This is very much a quest speedrun. Listen at the grill. As a new player to OSRS, will I be able to get 7 million as a member to maintain membership? Once you get good enough at PVM, yes. Or you can do what I do, which is just... There's an army of people outside. This is ridiculous. You can do what I do, which is just wait for people to give you money. That's pretty much the best way to do it. The God Wars would have been over if we all just charged in like this. Once I get this quest cape, we are doing a mass somewhere. We are going to ruin the mole's day. That's what we're going to do. This is our fortress now. This is the fortress of the stream. You know what's really crazy is that even though I know for a fact these are the right cabbages, I still don't quite trust myself. Like, there's still a part of me going, this is wrong. These are the wrong cabbages. Climb up the ladder to the west of you. There's still a part of me that this is... I'm unsure. Climb down the ladder. I know that they aren't wrong, but I'm just paranoid that they are. Push the wall. This is an army of people. I'm actually quite scared there are this many people coming to do the same thing at the same time. Up the ladder we... Oh, hang on, no. That's you guys doing that. I wouldn't go in there. I don't care. I'm going in anyway. That's it. I am asserting my dominance by going into the room. Push the wall. If you try and use the one from Drainer, it won't let you. Ah, I see. Oh my god, the first time I catch you live. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. Use the cabbage on the hole. Remember, fellas, always stick the entire cabbage in the hole. That's how it works. Maybe I should have another sip of smart water. Get more smart. Sebastian, good evening to you. Josh, love your vids. Jack, welcome to the stream. Hang on. Let me have a sip of smart water. Get more knowledge. A cabbage is a member of the Brassica family. Knowledge. Knowledge from smart water, right there. Cabbage falls down and plops in. Am I still playing D&D? As much as I can. It's difficult to always play it, but as much as I possibly can, I try and find time for Dungeons and Dragons, as and when. Just curious, how am I going to do Night at the Theatre that requires running a raid? No idea. We will cross that bridge when we come to it. Is Josh a Draenor, Josh? Am I a Draenor, Josh? Right, so return to Ceramic Vase and Falador. Okay. I thought we maybe could have like a teleport tablet, but we don't. I also can't... I don't think I can even teleport to Falador. Teleport to Falador, 37 magic, and I'm level 27. I can't even teleport to Falador. I am bad at this game. Tabs are pay to play. They are. Okay, come on. I'm trying to get through this door. There we go. Back out the sturdy door, and we are back out. There are many, many, many people waiting for this. Ra PVM, I'm following you. Could you please lead us all back to Falador? You're only as good as your help. Hey, this is a community-achieved quest cape. And Saturdays, super high energy streams after a video. Sundays, long streams, streaming all day, making some serious progress. Streaming long enough for me to watch an hour, do a math project, and still be able to catch you. Look, when I was streaming yesterday, and I'll always be honest with you, streaming to me is a lot of energy. It's a lot of spoons, if you use the spoon analogy. And I can normally on Saturday stream about 2 hours. That's the energy that I've got on a Saturday evening after I've edited the video, rendered the video, watched the video. The amount that I talk, the amount that I interact, Saturday I can manage about 2 hours. But if I'm streaming 2 hours effectively a week, it's going to take about 3 years to get a quest cape. That's just not feasible. So Saturdays are going to be super high energy streams, and Sundays, like right now, are much more casual, much more chilled out. Just chatting to you guys, hanging out as a group, hanging out as a team. Biggest question is, will this be done before Desert Treasures 2? I don't know. I think that if I stream as often as I can, if I do 4 to 5 quests a week, with how many quests left? Okay, so I've got 110 quests left to do. At 5 quests a week, That's 20 weeks, 25 weeks maybe for the longer ones. Yeah, I think we're probably looking at about maybe 6 months for the Questcape if we do it this way. It's a good way of doing it. Have I played RuneScape before? Yes. I have a main character, if you will. This character isn't even an Iron Man. This character is a... If we do 5 quests a week, it would take 6 months to get the Questcape. Some quests, however, we're not going to be able to do 5 a week. Like Morning's End Part 2, Song of the Elves, Underground Pass, Dragon Slayer 2. They're long quests, man. You know, we ain't doing 5 of those a week, without a doubt. I could maybe do 5 of them a week if I streamed every day. Which, hey, when we get close to the end, might be a thing we need to do. How am I dealing with the heat at the minute? I'm just sweating off camera. Okay? I've used my streamer muscles to redirect all of my sweat to my back. That's what I've done. You can't see it, so I still look perfectly presentable, but it's like the swamps of Dagobah back there, man. It ain't sexy. You ain't going to see that, and I'm not going to tell you that. But that's the reality that we're in right now. Right? Some of you are like, Josh, that wasn't very sexy. Look. Honesty sometimes is more important than sexiness. You can say ooh as much as you want, all right? I'm gonna lift the curtain, bring you backstage for a bit, show you what happens behind the scenes. You could sell that as gamer water. Oh, gamer water. It's the opposite of smart water. Alright, cool. Ceramic vase. You have finished Black Knight's Fortress. 3 quest points. 2.5 thousand coins. Total quest points 89. We did it, guys. We did it. Alright. We've done Doric's quest and we've done Black Knight's Fortress. The next quest is Recruitment Drive, and this is indeed a members quest. That's 5 quests of the day. We're going to carry on. We're keeping going. The next quest is Recruitment Drive, which unfortunately is a members quest, which means if you've joined us for the free-to-play world, thank you very much for joining us, and we are now going to return to the members world and continue. Let's go to World Switcher. My favourite is 342 because it's the role-playing world, and I am effectively role-playing as a very lazy person. So, World 342 for any members who wish to join us. I'm going to hop over there right now. But first, I've been streaming for 3 hours. Let's take a 5-minute water, bathroom, and snack break. I will see you gorgeous people in 5 minutes' time. Let me just set the timer for 5 minutes. 5-minute break, starting now. And we return. Look at that. Bang on time. Bang on time. Even set the alarm on my phone. That's how serious I take this. Professional. 100% professional. Here we go. Right. You guys ready? I think I'm ready. Let's do this. More quests. Endless quests. Just so many quests. Hi, streamer. Can you add me? You know what? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. You are welcome. Right, let's do this. Talk to, apparently, Ceramic Vase again. Hey, Ceramic. Now, I understand. Visa, did you watch Netcrit's React video? Do you mean the one about reaction content? Because recently there have been 2 people who made very good videos about reaction content. And I watched both of them, but I can't remember exactly which specific one was which. But they both had very valid points. Now, they were kind of attacking the issue from 2 different directions, but ended up at similar kind of conclusions. Whereas one of them said that they can absolutely understand the harm that it does at higher levels, but the help that it does at lower levels. Mad Season did a great video. Mad Season was a phenomenally well-written video. Really, really, really good. I prefer to watch reactions of reactions. Don't worry, we'll get there. What I do need to do at some point is make reaction videos to my own old content, and then reaction videos to those reactions. We might even need to make it like a yearly thing, where I do a video, at the end of the year, react to it, at the end of next year, react to the reaction, at the end of the next year, react to the reaction, like a yearly thing, like a Christmas video, if you will. The Christmas reaction that just gets slowly longer every time. Can't wait for worst MMO ever reactions. I've actually asked people to not react to those unless they are specifically high-level players in the game that I'm making a video on, because I don't want the worst MMO ever series to become reaction bait for just anyone, but I'm more than happy for people who are extremely knowledgeable about the game that I'm talking about to make videos that are very specifically correcting me on things that I'm wrong about. That's fine. And so far, everyone has respected that wish, which has been really nice and really kind. Because the ultimate takeaway, in a very simple way, is when you make a reaction video, you have 2 videos on YouTube of the same video. But one of them is longer with a celebrity reactor, or at least you can put 2 names in the title, which means YouTube then has no reason to push the original instead of pushing the reaction. I don't want 2 versions of the worst MMO ever series to exist if that would effectively take away from the focus of my version, because in all honesty, it takes a long time to make them and I want them to be good. But if you are a high-level ranked player of a game that I've covered, like when Brozium did the Warframe video, absolutely fine, because he had so much hyper-specific knowledge about Warframe. I feel that that is adding value to it. I wouldn't want another gaming creator to just... Where are we going? Raiku, we are going to certification in Falador Park. Yeah. I would like to see a worst MMO ever, FF11. Yeah, fantastic if I can do that. Absolutely. I mean, I can try and make that work. But so far, every single other creator I've asked has been... Nater, how's it going, man? Good to see you here. They've been very respectful to it. YouTube used to have a very good reaction system. They did, didn't they? They had the replies, the video replies. And if they could bring that system back, fantastic. Now, from what I remember, there is a bit in this quest where you have to be female, because they've used the whole "no man can kill me" thing. But have they removed that? Because I think that was a reference to Lord of the Rings. In fact, Ra, could you please run me to a bank? I need to be in a bank. And there's a couple of people that have spoken that I have not got added, I think. So I want to make sure everyone's added, everyone's sorted out with this. Yeah, there was... it used to be there, but I'm guessing they've changed that recently. They removed it, right. I have a question, I'm curious. What do you think about gacha games in general? When someone sits down to create a gaming experience, you very much have to ask, what's your end goal here? What do you want the audience to feel? Do you want them to like the game? Do you want them to go and tell their mates how good it is? Do you want to give them the best gaming experience you can? Or are you just doing it to make as much money as possible? And if it's just make as much money as possible... Tadin, could you please walk me back to certification in the park? If it's just make as much money as possible, then it's going to... that's going to seep into the soul of the game. It's going to seep into the feelings of it. Rot, however, wishes to trade with me. I will accept the trade of Rot. What are we trading? So, gacha, unfortunately, to me, is this... Hang on. Glory, skills, wealth, dueling, games, every possible teleport, and cooked karambuan. Ring of Life. Are you fed up of me taking time to get places? You're like, have this. This will teleport you around the place. Thank you, Rotnax. That's very kind of you. I will accept this and bank all of it. Rotnax, where are you? I wish to add you as a friend. Accept trade. Oh, you can't actually just randomly add people as friends. Rotnax, could you say something in the chat, please, so I can right-click and add you as a friend? That would be super useful. Deposit the infantry. We'll go there. And Rotnax, ayo, thank you very much. That's... Oh, you are already added as a friend, it seems. Do I already have you? Or can I not right-click and add you? Pretty sure my friend list isn't full. Rotnax, right-click, message. Oh, I'm guessing you're appearing offline. I'm gonna guess you're appearing offline. That's okay. You want a bit of anonymity? That's okay. Just going from work, of course you can. We'll be doing some more quests for a bit. Friend of Mr. Streamer, Sir McBeards. McBeards. What are we trading, McBeards? I can't look at anything RuneScape without thinking of what you told me when you came over last. Greggles, it's good to see you, man. How have you been? Thank you for 500k. 500,000 coins. I'll take that. That's going straight in the bank. for when we need it in the future. Remarkably kind of you. Let's do this. So, Sprite, I'll follow you. Sprite, can you please run me to certification in the park over there? Ascender, I will trade with you after I finish this quest. Greggles, how have you been, man? Hopefully you are doing good. For those of you in the chat who aren't sure, Mr. Greggles is one of the greatest drumming streamers in the world. He is incredibly talented. He has appeared on the New York Times billboard for Elgato, just for the amount of work that he can do. He's done some insane stuff in building setups. Greggles showed me his tech setup for his stream, his cameras. Have you seen The Matrix? You know when The Matrix has those bullet time camera rigs all around? He's got something similar to that in his actual studio that the audience control through inputs on Twitch and switch the camera angle as it's incredible. Greggles also opened the Insomnia Gaming Festival in Birmingham last year and the year before, which was, again, absolutely incredible. Every single time I see him on stage, I'm like, how is that man so talented? And how lucky am I to be his friend? It's ridiculous. Handy Handsome, so he's the opposite of you. Yeah, pretty much. Greggles is the knowledgeable, smart, clever, technical one. I just turn up and let other people do the work for me. That's the plan. That's how I do it. Yeah, Greggles is the one that works really hard. Hey, we've got Petty Shrimp here as well. Shrimp, how have you been? Hopefully you are doing good. Right, let's just see a couple of... we're going to do loads more. Hang on. Certification. Do you need nothing? Right. Are you going to... Yeah, let's go. You'll need... You can't be wearing any equipment at all. I see. Right, PVM. Sorry. Ra PVM, could you please walk me back to the bank because I have once again made more mistakes. Yes. Ascender wishes to trade. You know, Ascender, I'll accept the trade. What are we trading, Ascender? What are we trading? Is it everything? Do we need stuff? Oh, Ascender, how dare. How dare. That's okay. Don't worry about it. That's fine. I won't worry about it. Spars Mox says, take your clothes off. You know what? I appreciate the energy that you come into this stream with. You know what? No messing around. No waiting. Just straight in. You get naked. All right. I'm not going to, but I appreciate the directness of the energy. You know, there's no beating around the bush, no shooting the shit, no blowing smoke up each other's asses. Just straight in. You do this. I appreciate the directness. Thank you for that. You know, not many people are that direct. Ascender, could you please walk me back to certification in the park after I have somehow managed to mess myself with this door? There we go. We're good. Let's see. No time wasting. I appreciate that. No time wasting. Just straight in. Boom. Done. I like that. Right. Certification. Let's go and do this quest. Now, there is a complicated puzzle in this quest. And those of you... What is going on, says Slim Shady. I mean, if he is the real Slim Shady, it's a good thing that he's standing up. Those of you who have been, fans of the stream for a while, you've seen me do this quest before. I actually solved this quest without using a guide. Genuinely. I have 100% done this quest with no guide. Serenitude. Serenitude. There we go. I love the puns for this. Can I have a clue for the door? Go through the door. But yeah, I'm basically not doing any of this. Again. I will more than 1, 2, 3, 4. Meat. The meat door. Open the meat door. But no, I have genuinely done this quest without a guide. But I am not doing it again because I have done it once. I know how to do this puzzle anyway. And this is about progress. This is not about fun. This is about progress. Also, can we appreciate the carrying animation of the chicken? Just that is how you should carry a chicken. Just stick your arm straight through its body. Just impale it. That's... If you're carrying a chicken in any other way than entirely wrapped around your forearm, you're doing it wrong. Straight up doing it wrong. Remove the chicken, stick the chicken down. Can you explain puzzles to us, Mr. Streamer? It's a punching weapon. So the puzzle in this one is you can't leave the fox alone with the chicken or the chicken alone with the grain. So you have to work out a way to take the animals all across the bridge without at any point leaving them with the wrong thing. But the fox can be left with the grain. So if I remove the fox and pick the chicken up, I'm now not leaving the fox with the chicken, because if I did, the fox would eat the chicken. This is a very, very old puzzle. I think this is actually an ancient puzzle. Does anyone know when this puzzle was actually made? Maybe Smartwater knows. For those of you who aren't aware, if you just joined the stream, I'm drinking bottles of Smartwater because the more sips I take, the smarter I get. And what I'm thinking is all the knowledge that I need in my life is in this bottle somewhere. I've actually got a crate of Smartwater downstairs. This is not an ad. And if it was an ad, it would be an ad for Costco, which is where I bought the Smartwater from, because it is ridiculously cheap. But I decided, you know what, there's probably some knowledge in this bottle somewhere. I'm going to keep drinking it until I get the knowledge. Is this the bottle that contains the knowledge of random old riddles? No. That was the knowledge of how medieval weapons are named. Back in medieval days. Okay, someone fact check me on this, right? Because when I was a kid, we went to a castle kind of open day thing, if you will, and there were reenactors and there were LARPers and there were medieval recreationists. It was super cool. And there was a dude, I totally wasn't paying any attention to that, so I'm really glad that the game is telling me what to do. There was a dude there that effectively touched the statue. Yep, solved the runes puzzle. That taught us something, and I want to check it in case anyone actually knows better than I do. Back in the medieval times, when they had halberds or axes or spears, sometimes when forging, they would be left over with random bits of metal. Okay, like random spikes, random curls, random cuts. And instead of melting them back down because they were too small to be used, they would kind of weld them or hammer them or pin them onto the shaft, if you will, of the halberd or the spear. So you had bits of random metal spikes sticking out down the actual wooden handle itself. So if you missed the enemy with the end of the weapon, they might catch themselves on some of these metal things. And these metal kind of extremities, these spikes that weren't part of the design, they were just there, they were called flukes. F-L-U-K-E. A fluke. And that's where the saying, "it was a fluke," came from, as in, I achieved what I meant to achieve, but in a way that I didn't intend to achieve it. So if the enemy attacked you and you swung at them and you missed them with the head of the weapon, but you just managed to rip them apart with the little random metal spikes down the thing, it would be like, oh yeah, that was a fluke. The question is that right? I don't know. I was taught that in school, but I don't know if that's correct. I don't even know where you'd check that. I do not know if that's right. It sounds plausible. That's the scary. It sounds plausible. And school, as someone has just put in the chat, would never lie to you. Everything you've learned in school is correct. Apart from the whole taste bud tongue map thing. Anyone else get taught that? Oh, you can own Lindy Beige. I'm gonna ask Lindy Beige. I'm gonna tweet at him right now. I'm like, Lindy, Mr. L, Lindy Beige boy, I'm gonna need you. I bet he would know. Or you know what, Shadowversity, he'd know. You know, once this stream is done, I'm gonna ask Lindy Beige and Shadowversity where the hell the word fluke came from. I bet they will know. And if they don't, they will find out. They're far smarter than me in medieval weaponry and stuff. Right, should we ask ChatGPT what's the origin? That could be there. That could be there. Or Vsauce. Vsauce would know. See, so many other YouTubers would know this stuff. But I wouldn't know. The tongue map, anyway. Has anyone seen that in school where you've got like sweet on the tip of your tongue and then sour at the back and bitter around the sides? And it's bollocks. All of the tongue tastes all of the stuff. It's just made up. It's random. If they taught you that in school, utter trash. No basis in science whatsoever. It's really weird that that so much stuff that we get taught in school gets debunked so bloody quickly. Am I lying? No. The tongue map is not a thing. You can check. Absolutely not a thing. God, thank you for subscribing with Prime. I appreciate that. I always knew that you would eventually. Alright, cool. Cirque, talk to this person. Surly. Surly? Surly, I suppose. Do we just attack Surly? Congratulations, you have... Let's take steel sword. Wield. Fight. Do we need to win? Kill Surly to win this challenge. You must use the Warhammer or you can't kill him. Hang on. Let's just use the Warhammer then. Right, smack you with some Warhammer. Take this expensive plastic to the face. Yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get for insulting my Spes Marines. It is. The density of receptors varies. It's like, but it's not that you can only taste sweet on this part. I am just following all the clicks on screen right now. I'm not going to do this quest because this quest takes a long time. It's literally untrue. I don't need to be one for it, but interesting. There is no such thing as a tongue map. There we go. We've started an argument in Twitch. I love it. Petty Shrimp. It was originally a term in the 19th century for lucky strikes in billiards. Can't see anything for earlier. Oh, okay. Are you telling me that the fat bearded man at a medieval Renaissance fair who owned his own halberd lied to a bunch of schoolchildren? Because I just can't see a world where that's real. I cannot imagine a world where a medieval recreationist lies. And you know what? If that is the world, I don't want to live in that world. That's a terrible world to be in. If there's one demographic we should be able to trust, it's large men with halberds and beards. Otherwise, where is the trust? Where is it? It's wrong. That does seem to be a fluke attack associated with Corbin, but I can't find more info. Drink. Maybe I should drink some more smart water. Maybe medieval random knowledge is down here somewhere. I don't know what that taught me. Do we fist the tree? Raristar, I'm going to... You know, again, like I was saying earlier, sometimes people say things that reset my brain occasionally. You fist as many trees as you want to, mate. Live your best life. Right, let's search this open chest. Take some stuff. You search the chest. You grab some things. Search the crate. I found your Dragon Age playthrough. There was no ending. Did you end up finishing it? I think I did, but I didn't put the video on Twitch. This is because, you see what I'm doing now? I'm not paying attention to the game at all. I'm doing what the game tells me to, and I'm focusing on you, the chat. I'm still making progress in the game because I'm paying as little attention as I need to still just work out where to click. Do you guys want to know something really weird about streaming? Streaming is effort, okay? And you need to kind of switch your focus between one to another. I've finished Oblivion on stream. I actually cannot remember anything about Oblivion. Because when I was playing all of Oblivion, I genuinely can't remember it. I was focusing entirely on the chat, and someone came out and said, oh, what's Oblivion like? No idea. Literally no clue at all. Cannot remember. I'm sure it was probably good. Use vial of liquid on the thing. There we go. But no, I can't remember what Oblivion was like because I was focusing so much on effectively playing the game. So use vial of liquid on tin. Use the gypsum on the tin. I have finished them before. Yeah, Patrick Stewart delivered an excellent voice for the Emperor. He really did. All the budget went on Patrick Stewart and Sean Bean for that game. Maybe drink some smart water. Maybe that will make me smarter. But when I'm playing games, I'm not really paying as much attention to the game as I am to you. So you don't remember stop, you violated the law. As weird as it sounds, I've got this vague memory of that. But, like, it's so strange that it's like Dragon Age. I know that I've played Dragon Age. Oh, this is weird. So this is one of the only times in RuneScape where that square is technically still part of the door. And you can't walk straight to that square. You've got to walk through the open door, which is itself an action. That's one of the few times where a square that looks open is actually an action itself. It's very strange. But yeah, the weird thing was I can't remember that much about Dragon Age. All right, cool, I've passed the test. Hey, we've done recruitment drive. We now have an initiate Saleh. Any man who can drive safely while kissing a pretty girl is not giving the kiss the attention it deserves. That's very true. That is so true. Yeah, big true. Einstein, smart bloke. Yeah, big brain. Big brain thinks all the time. You know what? I bet he drank smart water. I bet he did. Oh, good. I'm glad the chicken's back. Fantastic. When someone's like, what's RuneScape? There you go. That's RuneScape right there. We've leveled up agility and herblore through doing pretty much none of either ever. So, recruitment drive and the quest done. Oh, we are making progress today, guys. We are making progress today. Should we stop? No, we should not. Goblin diplomacy is next. Done it, mate. Completed it. Recipe for disaster, another cook's quest. Apparently that's what we need to do now. And then goblin generals. Okay. Recipe for disaster. RFD start. I think this is the one. Help the cook. We need all those things. Talk to the Lumbridge cook. Okay then. Right. Joris, I'm going to follow you again. Joris, could you please lead me to the bank? What does LazyManMode mean? It's very simple. If I can avoid doing it, I will avoid doing it. I'm not walking anywhere, I'm following people. I'm not grinding, I'm being given items. I am not killing enemies, you can weaken them, I will do the final blow. I am effectively outsourcing the work of playing RuneScape to you. I am just acting as a proxy to click things through. It's streamer man mode, if you will. Carry man mode for other people. Effectively, I'm just doing as little work as I possibly can in RuneScape. And I'm wearing the equipment that was given to me, which is why this is the look. We've got a fedora, we've got a trench coat, we've got combat shorts, and we've got a... If I had a... Hang on, I've got a katana somewhere. I'm going to get the katana back out. I'll take the teleport in a second. Where's the katana? Folded over 1,000 times, made from glorious Nippon steel. And we also need the cabbage shield, because that's... Now, we can probably go for a sexier shield. We'll go with the iron kite shield. Gold trim. Oh, no, you can't, because the katana's a two-handed weapon. Okay, here we go. This is our full-on neckbeard build. Let me just grab some stuff. So, Eye of Newt. I've got a few of these things already. Green Man's Ale. Green Man's Ale. Rotten Tomato. Good rating on that. Ashes. And Fruit Blast. I'm going to assume that somebody assumed I was going to do this quest at some point. So, I've already got every item I need. Yeah, while you guys were playing RuneScape, I was mastering the blade. Now, can you finally give us your opinions on OnlyFans for once? Rookie. First of all, it's good to have you back, man. I've missed you. I've been streaming for like 3 hours without you. It's been very difficult to find topics to talk about without you here. I've just been coasting, to be honest. I've been drifting from topic to topic, but you have finally explained OnlyFans to me. I'm glad you're back. What's my opinion on OnlyFans? It's a good question. I feel that if it's a hot day and you need a fan, you use it. That's okay. Rocky, just go to my OnlyFans. It's just pages of fans, to be honest. Do I need to fight anything? Enemies to defeat? None. Okay, cool. So now we can accept the teleport to Lumbridge. Second button from the left. Right, let's just see what we can do. Look, this. You might not like it, ladies, but this is what peak performance looks like. I've even got the neckbeard. I was very, very specific when I gave myself the neckbeard. If I take the fedora off, you'll see the neckbeard is all we've got. So, very, very specific. A lot of energy put into this. Former teacher here. Can you explain what you liked the least? Oh, okay. The least. Also, I appreciate the fact that Big Trouser is skiing. Almost as good. So, let's... Darcy, can you please follow me? Sorry, can I follow you? Darcy, lead me to the cook. Let's go and talk to the cook. Does the neckbeard continue around the back of the head? It does, and then it continues around the back of the head, and then down the back entirely. Completely. I think there is a fly in the room, because both the dogs are trying to chase it. You're doing a good job. You are the mighty hunter that you think you are. Yes, you are the mighty hunter. Keep trying. They won't catch it. They won't catch it at all. Okay, cook. Talk to me. Let's see what else the cook's got going on. The neckbeard is connected to the swamp ass. It's all connected, guys. It's all connected. It's just an extreme mullet. It goes around the back, down, and then it actually splits apart on the back all the way down. Intricate patterns, very intricate. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing if you see it. Hang on, come here, you. I can tell that you have been missing, hanging out. That's what you've been missing, isn't it? It's been at least a while since I've been licked. Thanks, Piper. Much appreciated. Just once, Piper. Just once. I'd like a nice cuddle. Just like a chilled out, relaxed cuddle. Come on, relax for a bit. Just a chilled out. No, must lick. 100% must lick all the time, forever. I've learned better than to argue back. That's fine. I'm just going to let this happen. I'm going to raise the arm up. You guys can see what's going on with this. OnlyFans is a website where people would pay money to see photos of you in suit vests that aren't black. I don't know what you're on about there. I don't think those kind of things exist, to be honest. It is indeed a doggo, Petty Shrimp. It is one doggo. There is another doggo on the floor, but I cannot pick them both up at the same time. Right, let's do one more quest, because we are doing good today. We have made some serious progress. I don't really care, to be honest. Right, come on. Tell me about the problem, and I will complete this quest easily and quickly. Come on, you. Let's go back to the food. Go chase the fly like the mighty hunter that you are. Rookie, you used to have a very different voice. Ah, yes, that's true. That's when I was a child. And what then happened was I grew up. My vocal cords went on a short holiday, a short excursion. Then they came back and they were like, you're a man now. Now you must pay taxes. And from that day forward, the weight, if you will, of life has dragged me down, weighed me down, and made my voice deeper. It's the sadness that you can hear. Am I sure I grew up? I mean, I'm role-playing as a literal fedora-wearing neckbeard in RuneScape. Probably not. I can do voices. The only thing I lost while aging is being able to sing with the sopranos. Ah, no, still can't do that. But there's a lot of working, a lot of talking here. So let's just skip through this. So if you haven't played RuneScape, Recipe for Disaster is an incredible quest. That person there, Slim Shady, first of all, they've returned. And then they just said, who's the streamer? Damn, you know what, guys? If you ever need an ego check, just walk into a place that you think you're well known and have someone be like, I'm sorry, who are you? Man. Oh, man. And I was going to use the do you know who I am line and everything. They always ask, who's the streamer? But never, how's the streamer? Okay, cool. So, use the ashes on the Fruit Blast. Use ashes on Fruit Blast. This looks disgusting, but it's what you asked for. Here you go. Got you the things. How are you, Josh? The usual amount, hiding depression under old school RuneScape, but in general, we keep going, don't we? You've assisted the Lumbridge cook. 1 quest point. Fantastic. Some people in the chat are like, oh, too real, man. Too real. Standard feels as it goes. Let's open the door. In we go. And in we pop. Welcome, gentlemen, to Lumbridge Castle. Do 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 do. I'm just thinking, if you're going to have like a Lumbridge Castle theme tune, if you're going to say welcome to Lumbridge Castle to the same cadence as welcome to Jurassic Park, Of course, that's what you need to have. So relatable. If they ask, what's the streamer? Yeah, I always need to look at all those pixels. There's at least 4 or 5 polygons going on here. At least. Those goblins are levitating a chair between them because they are magic. I know that they're pulling the chair, but they look magical. When is the streamer? Whomst. Whometh. The streamer. When am I going to go to the gym and level up the strength stat? Hey, I'm hitting the game. Okay? The problem is that I just can't get too big because it's England and it's very difficult to get a license for these guns. I paused there to allow you to laugh. I'm sure some of you will. Mostly cringy. I know. It's okay. Do you remember L-Sword? Unfortunately, yes. Do you still play it? No, I've made better choices. Okay, so we're introducing basically everyone here. And after having introduced everyone, there is a... Oh yeah, the ape's gone at some point. A woe guy. Is it a wowa guy? A wowa guy? I don't want to get too big. That's what it is, you know. Because I worry that I'm going to walk into the gym and just buff up immediately straight away. Our Monkey King. We're going to call him Monkey King from now on. That's what we're going for. Josh, I won't fit on your second monitor. That's very true. If I get too big, I won't fit on your second monitor. Then you need third monitors and fourth monitors. It just gets ridiculous. It gets silly. Monkey King. We're just going to call him Monkey King. It's fine. Josh, can we get an ooh-woo? I mean, Madstalk, you're asking a lot. How about this? Once I have... it just looks so much like a neckbeard. Once I've finished this quest, once I've finished this stream, I will change the screen to the ending screen. But before I click end stream, I will give you one and only one ooh-woo. Alright? That's all you get. No more. Oh no, it's the Culniromancer. The Culniromancer. This dude freezes everyone in time, and he effectively makes Recipe for Disaster, which is the... Was this the 100th quest? Was this the 100th quest? I think it was. Or was it the 150th? Yeah, that was on. Oh no, you're like, oh my god, you've just the Culniromancer. As in, he is a culinary. He's a chef. So he's using cook magic, if you will. You just gave us an ooh-woo. That wasn't an ooh-woo, guys. It wasn't high-pitched. It wasn't gamer girl enough. And I can do way better. Way better. Right, wart face and bent nose. Let's inspect general bent nose. Didn't I have more stuff in my inventory? I'm sure I had more stuff in my inventory than this. No, apparently not. Okay, so we've done... What was the first one? We've done the Cook's quest. We're doing the Goblin General's quest right now. Let's do the Goblin... You gave it all... Oh, you gave it all to the cook. Oh, okay, cool. Right, let's do the Goblin General's quest, and then we'll get everything we need for this. Alright, Goblin Generals. Requirements. Bread, orange, knife, blue and green purple dye, spice or gnome spice. You can get some from the chest, some from the other stuff, and then Shiloh Village gives the other things. Well, you know what? Let's just go and have someone give me everything. Give me everything. Neil, good evening to you. Welcome. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. So I'm going to be... I can't go in that room. I'm round here by the front. I need... bread, orange, knife, blue and green purple dye, spice, fishing bait, bucket of water, and charcoal. And I am not moving here until someone brings me all of those. Go and talk to the Goblin Cook down the ladder in Goblin Village. Right, Goblin Village. Darcy, could you please walk me to the bank? You know this is serious because the walls are wiggling. It's very serious when the walls are wiggling. Okay, hang on. Matter 497 wishes to trade. Orange slices. I'll take the orange slices. That's one thing we need. Thank you very much. I think we need the actual orange, but I'll take the orange slices. Darcy, I'm ready. To the bank. You've got to, there we go. You've got to manipulate me through the hole. don't. But that was not an innuendo. That was genuinely the fact that we had to get through the doorway and just get your mind out the gutter. Don't. Ryu, I'm following you. Please lead me to the bank. Stop it. Shrimp, I expect better. All right, let's see what we can get. Teleport tablets. A couple of Varoks, a couple of Fallies, a couple of Arduins just in case. Bread, orange. I've got a knife. There we go. That's not a knife. This is a knife. I've got a bucket of water as well. That's what we need. And I've got no enemies to kill, so that's fine. Fastest way to get to Falador is someone teleporting you. I'll take that. Put your gutter in my mind. Guinevere. Guinevere lance a little. Like. Side note, did the clip of you licking the hole you made with your hand get uploaded anywhere? You know what? I don't think it did, and I'm not sure if that's better or worse for humanity. Joris, I'm going to follow you. Joris, could you please, I'm going to add Big Trouser to my friends list without a doubt. Evil Fat Kid, what's the trade? Is it bread? It is a single black chin chomper. Thanks. I'll take it. Thank you very much. Remarkably kind of you. Great. Let's trade with Jed. Okay, orange, charcoal, bread, blue dye. That is more stuff. Excellent. Cool. We now need spice or gnome spice and fishing bait. Jed, are we trading again? Spice. Okay, spice. That's great. And fishing bait we need one thing of as well. I love lazy man mode. This is the easiest way to finish quests. I don't know why everyone doesn't do this. Matter, have you got, I'm going to guess, fishing bait? Fishing bait, thank you very much. There we go. Will I ever disappear down the Final Fantasy XIV rabbit hole? The problem is that down the Final Fantasy XIV rabbit hole, you find Zepla, and she scares me. So I am terrified that when I return to Final Fantasy XIV, I will be attacked by an army of bunnies. That's what will happen. Watching Josh play OSRS is like watching an oil painting dry. It's uneventful, yet calming and beautiful. Thank you. I'll take that. That's what I'm going for. You seem to have a really good life. All this attention, all this diction. I do, Rookie, but, I mean, there are moments in my life that are difficult. You're still here. But we keep going, don't we? We keep on. We try to overcome the adversity and try and enjoy the moments that we can enjoy as a community, as a team together. I'm not actually being cruel to you. It's okay. I appreciate you acting as like a bouncing board. This is good. Every story needs a good villain, and maybe one day we'll find ours. But until then, you'll do. Let's talk to the Goblin Chef. Go away, human. Me's busy. I'm not going to read any of this. This is too much. How does one make their RuneScape look this vibrant? I'm playing on the RuneLite third-party client, and I've pretty much cranked up the graphics using the 117 HD mod and the view distance as far as I possibly could. That's what I've gone. But can a villain truly be good? Look, the best villains are heroes of their own story. That's the best way to put it. The absolute best villains are heroes from their own perspective. The best villain, I've said before, in media is Ed Harris in The Rock. The film The Rock with Sean Connery, Nicolas Cage, phenomenally good film. And the reason he's a great villain is because everything he does is heroic from his own point of view and from the point of view of his men and of the support that he's got. Fantastic. Magus in Chrono Trigger. A good villain, Now, a good villain doesn't necessarily mean a villain that you like because they are likable. I mean, Handsome Jack is the example people always give from Borderlands. Handsome Jack is likable, no doubt, but not necessarily a good villain, as in the fact that they are always villainous. Megamind is an excellent example of a good villain because they are the hero in their own story and end up being an actual hero. So Hans Gruber, again, he is a hero in his own mind. No one who is just completely evil makes a good villain. What you very much need is you want to find someone who you look at and go, I get it. I get it. I absolutely get it. I mean, what would be a good villain? People are putting suggestions in the chat. GLaDOS, a good villain? Yeah, she just wants to test, man. I get it. Who's the main villain in Dark Souls? Entropy. Time. depending on how you want to play you, that kind of stuff. Joffrey. Joffrey thinks he's a hero, but he does nothing heroic. You love to hate him. I like it when it's not necessarily good guy versus bad guy, it's I can see both sides of this story. I think that a good kind of final confrontation between good versus evil, if you will, is when both sides are good in their own way. That is a difficult one to find. As a former teacher, I sympathize with GLaDOS wanting to test. Absolutely. Is Anakin a villain? What was weird was that, and this is again something that I find difficult about Star Wars, Anakin gets thrown into lava, 90% of his body covered in horrific burns, climbs up the side of a mountain and survives, and yet Padme dies because she's a bit sad in the most advanced medical facility in the entire Empire. Like, this dude is in the most unsanitary place imaginable, clinging to death. Now, clinging to life. It's super close to death, and he's like, "Aye, lads, I'm fine." And his partner's like, "I've had 2 kids. Me boyfriend's just killed a load. Guess that's me done." And just die. It's almost, that's a good way of putting it in the chat. He wanted to live, and she very much didn't, and then some midichlorians happened. Talk to the Goblin Cook. You haven't highlighted it in blue. I don't know what I'm doing. When you think about Anakin's story, it's similar to the story. Yeah, it's... Ooh, you mentioned Lucifer. Who's the bad guy? Oh, that's a debate I do not want to get into because I'm not smart enough. But I can be. Okay. You want a good bad guy? A bad guy that you can understand why they're doing it? Jean-Luc Picard has just been taken to the Borg vessel. And then unfortunately, Locutus of Borg steps forward. The camera cuts back to Riker, acting captain, and he simply says, "Fire." And then the series ends, and it was one of the best bits of television in history, because you then had to wait for it. Holy shit. Sorry, that is the loudest thunderstorm I have ever heard outside. God damn. Okay, that was crazy loud. Now, I know that we are meant to be having thunderstorms in the UK. And looking outside, yeah, I can see that's definitely going to happen. It's about to start pouring with rain. But one thing that I'm super, super cautious about is I do not want to have many electrics on when we have a lightning storm around here, because I know that it's an archaic fear, but I am always terrified of surges. Super terrified of surges. It's still 30 degrees here, but the fact that it's been so warm and so humid, I'm always really worried about lightning strikes. So, I mean, I've got surge protectors. I've got surge protectors in the house, surge protectors on the PC, surge protectors in the wires and in the cables. You know, we are super surge protected. But at the same time, lightning is pretty powerful. So, I am 100% surge protected. You know, Lieutenant Surge wouldn't even be able to touch me. That's how much surge protection I've got right now. But I'm always over-curious. Am I afraid of wind surge? Yes, that's what I'm not protected about. Surge protectors on protectors. Oh, yeah. But, yeah, it's, as you put in the chat, Mother Nature versus a small plug. The sky's pretty big. Alright, cool. So, use bucket of water on bread to make mushy dough. Use blue dye on the sliced orange. Sweet, done that. Use spices on the fishing bait. And then talk to the Goblin Cook. With all the ingredients in my quest is so easy. Like, why on earth? Why does no one do this? Just get everyone to give you all the stuff. You know, if we were playing an Iron Man, it would take so long to go and get every single thing that you need for a quest. So bloody long. Use the slop on Wartface or Bentnose. If this were an Iron Man account, we'd have to go all over the world to get everything. But no. Matter, I'm going to follow you. Matter, could you please walk me back to Lumbridge? Or could somebody teleport me back to Lumbridge? That would be great. If you played every day, it would take 6 months. Look, I'm going to try and do at least 4 or 5 quests a week. It is difficult, but I'm going to try and do it. I'm waiting for somebody to teleport back to Lumbridge or Ryu. That's Darcy. I'll follow you. Darcy's always a. I'm always says you aren't accepting aid. I should be. Pretty sure I've got accept aid currently off. Oh, on. Accept aid is on. When did that turn off? I didn't turn accept aid off at any moment, did I? When did accept aid turn off? Was it hopping back to the thing, the free world? PK skull protection's off. You got hacked. I got hacksawed. Let's pop into the large door and use Slop of Compromise on the General Bendnose. The mods are onto me. The elite hacksaw rings is going to be ended. Am I going to give my helpers a homework quest for next stream? You have freed the Goblin Generals. You're awarded lots of stuff. Good work. You've only got 7 things left to do. Fantastic. Farming is now 9. Never farmed. Guam leaf's good. Now we can do some more things, and we're even better at cooking. Goblins done. The next quest is the Lost Tribe. However, we've been streaming 4 hours. We've done 7 quests today, which I think is pretty impressive. Let's take a break. Ladies and gents, thank you for joining me today. Saturdays, super high energy stream after videos. Sundays, super chilled out stream where we just focus on progress. For now, you guys go and enjoy your Sunday. Thank you. By the way, if you've helped me in the game, you're being added to the friends list. And when I make the IRL quest cape, which I will hopefully present to Jagex at some point, I will try and make sure every single name is written somewhere on that cape. That is what I want to do as a commemorative icon, if you will, of this crazy adventure. But for now, ladies and gents, have a good evening, enjoy your Sunday, and I will see you on Saturday next week. Take care.